And good afternoon, and welcome to Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. This afternoon, the Warriors taking on the DC Everest Evergreens. Wausau West Baseball on Wausau Area Sports is brought to you by the Cloverbelt Credit Union. Also brought to you by Rocket Industrial, the Wausau West Athletic Department, and the Wausau West Baseball Diamond Club. Early start here today from Simon Field at DC Everest. We're trying to beat the weather. Some severe weather expected to hit central Wisconsin late this afternoon into this evening. And so the game, which was originally scheduled for a 5 p.m. start, has now been moved up to 1 o'clock. And both these teams looking for their first win of the season, and both these teams looking to bounce back after disappointing efforts last evening. It was more of a gut punch for DC Everest last night. They went to Marshfield, and they led the Marshfield Tigers by a score of 6-3 in the bottom of the 7th inning, when Marshfield would score 4 times, including a game-winning bases-loaded double that gave Marshfield a 7-6 win. DC Everest is 0-2 overall. They lost their opener to Waunakee 6-5. They did start a game on Monday against Stevens Point. The game was called in the 3rd inning with a 3-3 tie, so they will continue that game coming up on the 28th when DC Everest and Stevens Point play next. Meantime, the Wausau West Warriors last night went down to Plover and fell to Stevens Point by a score of 10-0 in 5 innings. couple of big innings in that game for Stevens Point. They scored 5 times in the third and then 4 more times in the fifth to end the game early. Warriors are 0-4 overall. It's been a rough start. They lost to Menominee 11-3 in the opener. They lost a tough one in 10 innings to Merrill 6-3. They lost at Horteville last Friday 9-1. And then that game last night against Stevens Point 10-0. Pitching matchup today for Wausau West. They'll be going with Keegan Cruzan. He'll try to get the Warriors their first win. And for DC Everest, it will be Cade Felch. We're going to take a quick timeout and then come back. Hear my pregame conversation with the head coach of the Wausau West Warriors. I'll be talking to John Albee coming up next. It's Wausau West taking on DC Everest. Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel.
Too early to start thinking boats. Once the season starts, you want to be ready. So, what's your boat? A boat for fishing? Boat for skiing? A pontoon boat for partying? Or are you thinking personal watercraft? Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union, the leader in financing fun. Great rates, great service, great fun. Local lenders lending local money. Quick and easy loan approval. It's the way financing should be. Stop in and visit with a CCU lender even before you hit the marina. CCU can set you up with a great rate financing approval, so when you find your boat, you're ready to float. The season's just too short not to enjoy every moment you can on the water. Check it out and stop in. Call or apply online at ccuwausau.com. Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union. We finance fun.
Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball continues on Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. It's today Wisconsin Valley Conference action. Warriors short road trip across town to take on the DC Everest Evergreens from Simon Field at DC Everest. I'm Chad Holmes, joined by head coach John Albee. And Coach, we were just talking. I mean, right now it's been a tough start. I guess really no way to sugarcoat it, but it's one of those situations as well. Your team has more in it. It's just about trying to get. Is there maybe just a little bit more confidence?
Yeah, that we talked about that last night and in prior games as well. We feel that we have a very competitive team. Talent-wise, these guys, generally we know what we're doing. We are very confident in the players we have. We just have not been able to translate it on the field, and that confidence piece, this is more mental than anything right now, and we need to get over that mental hurdle. We need some big innings, some things to happen, kind of some bounces to go our way to get us started, and hopefully that is going to happen today.
One of the things about baseball, and I've heard this talked about by many sports folks, is one of the toughest things to do in sports is hit a baseball. And I think that probably leads to the fact that confidence does have as big a impact in terms of how players are, because even the best players, as we always hear, fail 7 to 10 times. I mean, you can make a pretty good living being a 300 batting average guy in the big leagues. So again, this sport is also one that's going to test young men pretty significantly, right?
Yeah, that's very true. We had a few guys last night hit the ball hard that were caught in the outfield. Cam Blasky had one, Carson Thurs had some, and I told him, hey, don't worry about the result. Just recognize that you hit the ball hard, you barreled it well, and they're going to come, they're going to fall. Just keep doing what you're doing, and it's going to happen. So, but it's hard for them to internalize, yeah, I hit the ball hard, but I still made it out. So hard for them to get past that part. But yeah, we talk about that mental piece, and you got to just go next pitch. I'm going to dominate. I'm better than you. I'm going to take you on and do what I can do.
Friday afternoon at 1 o'clock. I mean, it's different. The kids are brought out of school. It's a different feel. Is there anything that in the run up to the game that you or the guys can do to try to make sure they're ready to go right at 1 p.m.?
I think it's just kind of trying to follow the normal routine, the things that we do normally. It's, that time shift is definitely different, but hopefully once they get to the field and start doing the normal routine stuff, they'll just get back into game mode and be ready to go. Just get ready to go just as we normally have.
I almost feel silly asking because it's always windy at Wausau West. I mean, it's one thing Wausau West should be used to, because, I mean, over the years it's always windy over at the ball diamond at Wausau West. But as we get some of this weather moving in, I think it's going to be kicking up, and it's going to be a game where I think that whichever team gets closest to allowing their opponents 21 outs
will have a definite edge. You can't give extra outs today, can you?
No, not at all. We need to be secure on defense, solid on defense, making the plays we should, and that's something we talk about every day is fundamental plays. We need to make those, and communication today. During our pregame, we need to see what the ball's doing, both on the ground and in the air, and just talking with your nearby outfielders and so on, just to be sure we're all on the same page and know what to anticipate when the wind picks up and so on.
And finally, it's interesting in that obviously you guys didn't perform at the level you want last night, and these guys have probably it was a lousy bus ride home, and you have a 6-3 lead on the road in a conference game, and then they gave up 4 in the 7th. I know every game it's important to get out and get off to a good start, but I would think maybe today, maybe even a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we need something to jumpstart us, and hopefully we can do that right away in the first inning and get something going offensively, give our guys a spark, and kind of get that confidence that we know they have, and hopefully we can build off something early on in the game for sure.
Good luck today.
Thank you very much.
Head coach of the Warriors, John Olby, will come back, get you the starting lineups and the first pitch. Wausau West Warrior Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
Rocket Industrial's mission to package with less is a commitment to making a future that's better for the next generation. Their recommendations help manufacturers across the nation package with less material, less waste, less time, and with less cost. Their engineers and experts provide data-backed solutions that positively impact your bottom line. When you work with Rocket Industrial, you're working with a partner committed to making a difference. Rocket Industrial, package with less. Learn more at rocketindustrial.com. Rocket Industrial's mission.
Chad Holmes again here from Simon Field at DC Everest as we are getting set for the first pitch of this Wisconsin Valley Conference matchup between the Wausau West Warriors and the DC Everest Evergreens. Very, very windy day. It's going to be a challenge, especially for those outfielders. If you can look out towards right center field, you can see the American flag is blowing straight out. It is blowing from the left field foul pole to the right field foul pole. So again, the weather, we're expecting some severe weather later in the day. We're trying to beat it, but until we get that weather, it is still going to be a big factor in this game. For the Wausau West Warriors, leading things off and playing in right field is Cam Blasky. Batting second is the center fielder, Miles Waldvogel. Joe Gravine will play shortstop and bat third. Rowan Robbins is the catcher, batting fourth. Batting fifth, playing third base, is Carson Thurs. Batting in the number 6 position, playing first base, is Ty Teske. Batting seventh, the pitcher, Keegan Cruzan. Will Stengel is in the 8th position, but playing second base. Will Stengel, as I said, batting 8th. Alex Kappes bats 9th in left field. Again for the Warriors, Cam Blasky, Miles Waldvogel, Joe Gravine, Rowan Robbins, Carson Thurs, Ty Teske, Keegan Cruzan, Will Stengel, and Alex Kappes. We are going to give you the DC Everest lineup in just a moment, but first we will pause and listen in to the playing of our national anthem. And our national anthem here from Simon Field. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the DC Everest Evergreens. Leading things off and playing in right field is Ty Rohde. Cooper Ritchie will bat second and play left field. Cole Van Slyke is the catcher, batting third. Aiden Haupt, the third baseman, bats fourth. Carter Miller will play second base and bat fifth. Brody Hall is the first baseman, batting sixth. Cade Felch is the starting pitcher, bats seventh. Maddox Wyro is at shortstop, batting eighth. And Colin Fuchs is in center field, batting ninth. Head coach of DC Everest is Dave Langben, and the coach of the Wausau West Warriors is John Albee. So again, thank you very much for joining us here for our early high school baseball broadcast on Wausau Area Sports. Again, if you've missed any of our previous broadcasts, including yesterday, we had a Wausau West DC Everest game. It was in softball. It was an exciting one over at West. Everest won it by a score of 9-6. They scored 8 times in the top of the 6th inning to come from behind for the victory. But that game, our previous Wausau West baseball broadcast, we had the game at Menominee, had the 10-inning game against Merrill, had the game last Friday in Hortonville. Plus, we had Newman Catholic softball earlier this week against Auburndale. All those games are available on our Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. If you have not already gone to youtube.com and subscribed, please do so. Go to our Wausau Area Sports channel and hit the subscribe button. I would appreciate it. And you'll not miss any of the action. You'll get reminders of our upcoming broadcast. So again, youtube.com and Wausau Area Sports, and be able to join us for our broadcast throughout the course of the spring sports season here on Wausau Area Sports. Also, make sure you check out WausauAreaSports.com. We had write-ups on last night's Wausau West game against Stevens Point, Wausau East against Wisconsin Rapids, DC Everest against Marshfield, the softball as well. And we keep up to speed on what's going on in high school sports. So again, go to WausauAreaSports.com for the latest sports news from our area high schools. And also, you can check out our upcoming broadcast schedule there as well. Defensively for DC Everest, you have Cooper Ritchie in left field, Colin Fuchs in center, Ty Rohde starting in right. Aiden Haupt is at third base, Maddox Wyro is at shortstop. Carter Miller is the second baseman, Brody Hall is at first. Cole Van Slyke the catcher, and Cade Felch is the pitcher. There's the throw from Van Slyke, and heading to the plate for the Warriors will be Cam Blasky to lead things off. Warriors wearing the dark blue jerseys today with the gold numerals outlined in white with the white pants. All white for DC Everest. White pants, white jerseys. Everest in green, outlined in gold on the chest. Right-handed batter, right-handed thrower. Felch kicks and deals. Low and outside for ball one. So we are underway on this breezy Friday afternoon. And again, the Warriors looking to get something going early. It's been a bit of a struggle at the plate so far. 1-0. There's a pop over the, actually into the netting on the first base side. 70 degrees, overcast skies here to start things off. Slightly open stance from the right-handed batter's box. Felch's pitch. Breaking ball and a good one on the inside corner. Strike two. Ball and 2 strikes on Cam Blasky. Miles Wallvogel in the on-deck circle for the Warriors. Joel Gravine will hit third. Felch looks in. Van Slyke puts down the finger, sets the target, now stepping out. Again, a bit of a gust of wind, and we're going to see that from time to time here today. Again, looking in is Cade Felch. And you can hear that wind through our microphone. Breaking ball, good eye at the plate from Cam Blasky, takes it low and away. Count evens up at 2-2. First of 3 meetings this season. Of course, the new Wisconsin Valley Conference scheduling. Warriors will have a second visit here to Simon Field, and Everest will also pay a visit over to West. There's a ground ball up the middle. Shortstop Maddox Wyro, he'll fire across in time. 6-3 on the putout for out number 1. Up next for the Warriors will be their center fielder, number 2 hitter, Miles Waldvogel. Takes a peek down the third base line, and now will step into the batter's box. Felch out of the stretch, fires. Breaking ball, catches the outside corner for strike one. Well, this matchup, Felch and Waldvogel, they saw each other during the course of the winter during high school boys basketball. Both were outstanding performers for their respective schools. 0-1 pitch. Another breaker, sweeps across, but this time misses the outside corner, evens things up at 1-1. Again, not much of a turnaround, and I think for both these teams, that's a good thing. Neither team, I think, was happy as they headed home on a road trip last night. Ball and a strike. Felch's pitch. There's a ground ball again towards Jordan. Maddox Wyro will pick. He'll fire across in the dirt, but able to scoop it up is Brody Hall. And that is out number 2. A pair of 6-3 putouts to start off the Wausau West first. And up next for Wausau West will be their shortstop, Joe Gravane. Number 11 on the back of the jersey for Joe. Cade Felch sets at the belt. Kicks, deals. There's a roller again towards Wyro at short. Oh, takes a bit of a hop, could pick, fires across in time. And another 6-3 put out, so setting a record tied by many is Maddox Wyro as Everest and pitcher Cade Felch take the Warriors down in order in the top of the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. End of 1/2 inning. It is Wausau West nothing. DC Everest coming to the plate. This is Warrior Baseball on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage of Wausau West High School sports on Wausau Area Sports. Thanks for watching on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel, but we'd like to see you out and about supporting Wausau West student athletes in action. To see a listing of upcoming events at Wausau West High School, go to WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. That's WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. Thanks to the Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage on Wausau Area Sports. Thanks to the...
Check it out.
That was so great.
There you are. They are?
Alcoholics Anonymous. We're here to help. For more information, visit aa.org and download the Meeting Guide app.
And Chad Holmes again here from Simon Field at DC Everest, where the Evergreens are coming to the plate in the bottom of the first inning. Wausau West held scoreless. For Wausau West, it will be Keegan Cruzan on the hill, the left-hander. Outfield for Wausau West, Alex Kapitz is in left field. Miles Waldvogel in center, Cam Blasky in right. Carson Thurs is the third baseman. Joe Gravane is at shortstop. Will Stengel at second. Ty Teske at first. Rowan Robbins is the catcher. And of course, Keegan Cruzan is the pitcher. For DC Everest in the bottom of the first inning, it will be Ty Rohde, Cooper Ritchie, and Cole Vance Lyke. So lefty on lefty battle here to start things off in the first. Putting down the fingers, Rowan Robbins setting the target. Here comes the kick and the first pitch from Keegan Cruzan. Fastball pops into the mitt, inside corner for strike one called. Angled, but working out of the windup is Keegan Cruzan. Quickly back at it, 0-1. Fastball misses low and outside, evens things up at a ball and a strike. Again, glad you could be with us here on this Friday afternoon. Early start from Simon Field. Cruzan. 1-1. Up and in, and backing away from it is Ty Rohde. Count goes to 2-1. Two balls and one strike. Cruzan's pitch. Up and in, it goes to the backstop, and that's ball 3. Mentioned earlier, this is the first of 3 regular season meetings in the Wisconsin Valley Conference for the squads. Warriors and the Evergreens will also meet on the 5th of May and on the 7th of May. The Warriors will host on May 5th. Evergreens will host on May 7th. Swing and a miss on a good fastball. Big cut by Rohde, came up empty, and the count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. But with Merrill leaving the conference, that means this time around, everybody faces each other 3 times during the course of the conference campaign. Here comes the payoff pitch. Up and in on a fastball, and that's ball 4. So a leadoff walk to Ty Rohde, and that will bring up the DC Everest left fielder, Cooper Ritchie. It is interesting. Now, with these 3 matchups, that means that some of the teams in the conference, you'll have to face off on the road twice. Other teams, you'll get a chance to play at home twice. Leading off first. Now a square around by Ritchie. Here's the pitch, and he goes after it, but comes up empty, and that's strike 1. Again, that wind kicking up. It's blowing hard, pushing towards the right field foul pole. Again, now into the stretch is Keegan Cruzan. Another square up, pick off, and thrown away. There's a lot of foul territory. Heading to second is Rohde. He is going to round second. He is going to head towards third, and he's going to get there. When you throw it away on the first or the third base sides, there is a lot of foul territory that the players have to cover, and that is a 2-base throwing error. And immediately, DC Everest has a runner at third and nobody out. No balls and 1 strike on Cooper Ritchie. Cruzan's pitch. Way up high to the backstop. Here comes Rohde, and he's going to score. Right now, missing up and inside to a left-handed hitter, outside to a right-handed hitter is Cruzan. It just looks like that release point. He's not getting all the way around on the throw. And it's similar to what we saw last week in Hortonville when he was on the mound for the Warriors. Again, it just feels like as he completes his stride towards home plate, he's not getting the shoulders and the chest around far enough in order to get the pitch down into the strike zone. It's ending up high and away again towards a right-handed hitter or up and in towards a left-handed hitter. Ball and a strike here on Ritchie. And he swings, and there's a fly ball right field side. Going over, making the call, and making the grab is Cam Blasky for out number 1. That ball was being pushed towards the line in right field. And now the DC Everest catcher, number 3 hitter, Cole Van Slyke, coming to the plate. Cruzan's pitch is inside on a fastball. That's ball 1. Cole Van Slyke, multi-sport athlete for DC Everest. Was a standout on the Evergreen hockey team during the winter. Inside on a fastball, and that's ball 2. 2-0 here on Cole Van Slyke. Taking a moment on the mound is Keegan Cruzan. Now he looks in towards his catcher, Rowan Robbins, for the sign of the target. Up and in, and that one will hit him. Again, it's a case where the pitches are consistently missing in that area right now for Keegan Cruzan. The pitches are ending up in the left-handed batter's box a number of times when he's missing so far in this first inning. So a runner on first and 1 out for Aiden Haupt. We'll get a courtesy runner for DCE. Hayden Grzinski will come out and do the running. Grzinski had a big defensive play for Everest in the 7th inning of the game against Marshfield last night. Marshfield had the bases loaded, nobody out. It was 6-4 at the time. A fly ball was hit to center. He's able to grab it and throw the runner out at the plate. It looked like it could be the big double play that could give Everest the win, but then Marshfield was able to still rally and win 7-6. Pickoff move and a quick tag over by Ty Teske, but back in safely is Grzinski. Two one-run games so far this campaign for DC Everest. Cruzan out of the stretch. Here's the kick and the pitch. Fastball runs a little bit up and out of the strike zone for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Bottom half of inning number 1. 1-0 Everest with the lead. Wide open stance in the right-handed box for Aiden Haupt. There's a good fastball from the lefty. Called strike 1. Some good pop on these pitches from Keegan Cruzan. I mean, that thing has got some giddy up as it gets into the strike zone. Again, Grzinski takes his lead. Here's the pitch. Again, missing up and away. And that's ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike on Aiden Haupt. Carter Miller, the number 5 hitter and second baseman, waits on deck for DC Everest. Pretty good lead by Grzinski over at first. Cruzan to the plate. Misses away off the mitt of the catcher, Rowan Robbins. And advancing to second on the wild pitch will be Grzinski. Three balls and 1 strike on Aiden Haupt. .22 on the back of his white jersey. Open stance, hands up high near the right ear hole. Cruzan, a long stare and has the sign, has the target. Peeks back to the runner at second. Kicks, deals. Good fastball right down the chute for a called strike 2. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Long stare in from the lefty. Again, Robbins putting down the fingers. Now we'll set the target. Runner leads off second. The payoff pitch. There's a roller towards second base. Charging is Will Stengel. He'll flip to first in time. A 4-3 put out. Advancing 90 feet to third base will be Grzinski. So now Carter Miller, the second baseman, will come to the plate for the Evergreens. Looking for the 2-out RBI hit. Trying to keep Everest to 1 here in the first is Keegan Cruzan. Takes a peek at the runner at third, sets below the belt. Kicks, deals. Inside, off the mitt. Here comes the runner. There's going to be a play at the plate. Flip to the bag, but head first slide in safely is Grzinski, and he is shaken up after scoring the run, but he'll get up to his feet. Third wild pitch of this first inning. Everest with 2 runs without benefit of a base hit, and the Evergreens lead 2-0. One ball and no strikes on Carter Miller. Right-handed batter. Out of the windup again is Cruzan. Kicks and deals. Misses up and away, and that's ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Both teams 0-1 in the WVC. Marshfield off to a very quick start. They're 3-0 in conference. 2-0. Fastball catches the inside corner for a called strike 1. Outfield playing slightly to pull, just shading towards left center is Walvogel. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. So fighting back to even up the count at 2-2 is Cruzan. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runs in for Everest. Keegan's ready. Here's the rock, the kick, and the 2-2 pitch. Just missing off the outside corner. Very close pitch, but the count runs full, 3-2. Boy, that's a tough one to take if you're in the batter's box, Miller, but he was able to do so, run the count full. Again, the payoff. Misses up and away, and that's ball 4. So a base on balls to Carter Miller, and that will bring up the number 6 hitter in the Evergreen batting order. First baseman, Brody Hall. So back into the stretch will be Keegan Cruzan. Number of the games in central Wisconsin have been moved up because of the weather. A few have also been postponed. Fastball right down the chute for strike 1 call. DC Everest softball team, who we saw against Wausau West yesterday, was supposed to go to New Richmond today, but that game being postponed as the weather was going to get to New Richmond much earlier than here in central Wisconsin. Cruzan's 0-1. Fastball, strike 2 called right on the outside corner. So 0-2. Stepping out for a moment is Brody Hall. Straightaway stance in the right-handed batter's box. Maybe slightly open. Runner off first. There he goes. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, and that's strike 3 called. Boy, a beauty right on the inside corner from Cruzan. And that will do it for the Evergreens in the first inning. For DC Everest, 2 runs on no base hits. There was an error and 1 runner left on base. And a 1. It is DC Everest 2, Wausau West nothing. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Thanks to the Wausau West Baseball Diamond Club for their support of our broadcast of Warrior Baseball on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Community support through the Diamond Club is crucial for our student athletes. All race funds directly benefit the program. The Diamond Club offers several advertising opportunities for local businesses and organizations to gain visibility while contributing to high school sports. For more information, go to WausauWestBaseball.com and click on Diamond Club. Thanks again to the Wausau West Diamond Club for helping bring Wausau West Warrior Baseball to you on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Chad Holmes again from Simon Field at DC Everest Senior High School as we head to the top of the second inning. DC Everest 2, Wausau West nothing. Quick note that if you are interested in becoming a supporter of our broadcast of high school sports here on Wausau Area Sports, would love to talk to you. And if you are interested in learning about some sponsorship opportunities, please go to WausauAreaSports.com and go to the contact area. Again, go to WausauAreaSports.com, contact, fill that out, and I'll reach back out to you, because without your support cannot make this work. So again, looking forward to hopefully being able to bring you lots of high school sports during the course of the spring, the fall, and the winter sports seasons. But go to WausauAreaSports.com, click on the contact, reach out, and I can get you some information on how you can become a supporter of our broadcasts here on Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Finishing up his warm-up pitches is Cade Felch. For the Warriors in the top of the second will be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, Rowan Robbins, Carson Thurs, and Ty Teskey. Rowan Robbins leading things off here for Wausau West. Right-handed hitter, right-handed thrower. Cade Felch in all circumstances out of the stretch. And his first pitch is on the outer portion for strike 1 called. Rowan Robbins with those hands way up high, right near the right ear hole waits. Felch, 0-1. Drops into the dirt, bounces away from Cole Van Slyke, and that evens things up at 1-1. Warriors will be finally playing some home games in conference. In fact, they were scheduled to play 3 conference games all on the road this week. The game on Monday was in Wisconsin Rapids. That's been postponed. They'll be making that one up on the 28th as part of a doubleheader. 1-1. There's a ground ball towards shortstop. Again, Wyro. He'll pick, he'll fire across, and in time to get Rowan Robbins at first for out number 1. So 4 consecutive ground balls to the shortstop to start things off for Wausau West at the plate. Due up next for Wausau West, third baseman Carson Thurs. Well, Felch so far getting the Warriors to pound it into the rather moist turf here at Simon Field. Pitch is low and outside. Again, the rain and even the 30 inches of snow that melted recently has made this natural turf field rather soft. So it's not a very quick infield or outfield. 1 ball and no strikes on Thurs. Pitch is low and outside for ball 2. So Thurs slightly open stance. Again, waving the bat as he waits. Pitch is low and away, and that's ball 3. So 3-0 on Carson. Ty Teske, the Warrior number 6 hitter and first baseman in the on-deck circle. Fans like setting the target. Felch kicks, deals. Just on the outside corner at the knees for a called strike 1. Getting a little peek of sunshine here at Simon Field. Felch is ready, 3-1. Drops a little bit low, and the Warriors have their first base runner. A base on balls to Carson Thurs. Next up will be the Wausau West first baseman, Ty Teske. Good pop from the left-handed side of the plate. If you drive one to right, it may get a little bit of a push. He'll push it towards the line, but maybe it'll help a little bit. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Some good downward movement on that pitch as it neared the strike zone, and that's strike 1. Thurs will be held at the bag by Brody Hall. Felch sets at the belt. 0-1. There's a chopper back towards the pitcher. Off the mound, picked up by Felch. He'll flip the first, a little off target, but able to stretch, hold the bag is Brody Hall. 1-3 put out on that grounder. Advancing to second on the play will be Thurs, and now 2 outs for the Warriors. So now Keegan Cruzan will try to help his own cause with a 2-out RBI hit. Right-handed batter, slightly open stance. Thurs takes his lead off second. Cade Felch kicks, fires. Inside corner for strike 1 called. Again, glad you could be with us here from Simon Field. Early start, trying to beat the weather. Again, keep an eye on the sky later today. Some severe weather possible here for central Wisconsin. 0-1. Breaking ball, there's a fly ball, right center field. That's in trouble. That's going to be a gapper. Oh, and then curls over and falling to the turf as he makes the grab is Ty Rohde. That was a case where the wind really helped DC Everest. That ball looked like it was a gapper off the bat. But the wind pushing towards the right field foul pole pushed it over towards Ty Rohde, and he almost overran it. That ball is being pushed so hard with that wind, and he made the catch and then fell to the turf to end the Wausau West second inning. For the Warriors in the second, no runs on no base hits. There were no evergreen errors and 1 runner left on base. End of 1.5. It is Wausau West trailing DC Everest by a score of 2-0. This is Warrior Baseball on Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel.
Too early to start thinking boats. Once the season starts, you want to be ready. So, what's your boat? A boat for fishing? Boat for skiing? A pontoon boat for partying? Or are you thinking personal watercraft? Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union, the leader in financing fun. Great rates, great service, great fun. Local lenders lending local money. Quick and easy loan approval. It's the way financing should be. Stop in and visit with a CCU lender even before you hit the marina. CCU can set you up with a great rate financing approval, so when you find your boat, you're ready to float. The season's just too short not to enjoy every moment you can on the water. Check it out and stop in. Call or apply online at ccuwausau.com. Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union. We finance fun.
Chad Holmes again from Simon Field at DC Everest Senior High School as we head to the bottom half of inning number 2, and the Evergreens lead the Warriors by a score of 2-0. Reminder that our next broadcast will be with the Wausau West baseball team on Tuesday of next week. It'll be another rivalry game as Wausau East will come over to Wausau West Tuesday, 5 o'clock first pitch, 4:45 airtime right here on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. For the Evergreens, the bottom third of their order, starting things off is Cade Felch. The first pitch is low and inside for ball 1. Cade Felch followed by Maddox Wyro and Colin Fuchs for the Evergreens. Cade Felch, hands up high weights, 1-0 pitch. There's a good fastball from lefty Keegan Cruzan. Pops into the middle of his catcher Rowan Robbins for strike 1 called. But good velocity from the lefty. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Just below the belt, challenging the right-handed hitter was Cruzan, and he threw it right past Felch, and it's now 1-2. Hear that wind again in our microphones. It is howling here on this Friday afternoon. 1-2. Now be flared off the fence in front of the first base dugout, and we'll do it again at 1-2. Two-0 Evergreens as we play the bottom of the second. Cruzan's ready. Here's the rock, the kick, and the 1-2 pitch. Just getting a piece of it. Staying alive is Felch. 1-2. Next week, the Warriors have a pair of conference home games. They do have that game against the East on Tuesday, and then they're scheduled to take on Marshfield on Thursday. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Flared off again. A tad tardy on that cut, but staying alive is Felch at 1-2. Again, putting down the fingers is Rowan Robbins. And now asking for and receiving time is Cade Felch. Little chatter from the third base dugout from the Evergreens. Again, Cruzan's ready. Here's the pitch. Low and inside, and that will even things up at 2-2. Yesterday in the WVC, game that was played at Athletic Park in Wausau. Wausau East led Wisconsin Rapids 4-3 going into the 4th, but then the Red Raiders, they exploded for big innings in both the 4th and the 5th and won it 16-5 in 5 innings. Warriors lost against Spash 10-0. Pitch is up and away on a fastball. Runs the count full 3-2. West played over at Memorial Park in Plover yesterday. Lost to Stevens Point by a score of 10-0. Spash with 4 runs in the 3rd. I should say 5 runs in the 3rd and 4 more in the 5th to pull away. And Everest lost to Marshfield on the road 7-6. Payoff pitch. Low and inside, and that's ball 4. Well, that was a quality at-bat by Felch. He was able to fall off a couple of tough pitches with 2 strikes, kept it alive, and then ultimately earns the base on balls. We will again get a courtesy runner. Zach Depke will do the running here for DCE. So now a runner on first and nobody out for shortstop Maddox Wyro. Two nothing Evergreens, bottom half of inning number 2. Home plate umpire will set things up behind the dish. have to give a tip of the cap to the umps too, because with this game being moved up, you don't know about their other jobs or anything else in their lives, but they've been able to get here 4 hours earlier than the scheduled start time. Squaring to bunt is Wyro. He'll lay it down. He'll go foul third base side. Strike one. Thanks again to our sponsors, including Rocket Industrial. Thanks to Ryan and the crew over at Rocket Industrial for their support of our broadcast here on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Again, boy, I just keep looking at my equipment thinking it's going to be knocked over, this wind blowing so hard this afternoon. Another square around. Inside, bounces away from the catcher. Rounding second, and stopping right there will be Depke. Well, it's been a very active first 2 innings for catcher Rowan Robbins, as the control has been not there early for Keegan Cruzan. So runner on second, nobody out. Ball and a strike on Wyro. Keegan kicks, deals. There's a ground ball towards second base. Scooped there by Will Stengel. He'll flip the first in time. 4-3 on the putout. Advancing to third on the play will be Depke. So Colin Fuchs, who is the number 9 hitter and center fielder, will now step in for the Evergreens. And this is a case for Keegan Cruzan. You want either a strikeout or an atom ball. In fact, the Warriors are going to pinch in their infield D. All 4 positions will pinch in to the edge of the grass. Here's the pitch. Just a little bit up, and that's ball 1. Close pitch, but ball 1. So Carson Thurs right at the bag at third. Joe Gravine, well, they've backed up to about halfway now. They're not quite to the infield grass. There's a good fastball for a called strike 1. So Gravine halfway at short, Will Stengel halfway at second, and then Ty Teske playing at the bag at first. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the pitch. Fastball rises up and out of the zone. 2 balls and 1 strike. Putting down the fingers again is Rowan Robbins. Cruzan to the plate. Fouled back to the screen, just to my right. And the count is 2-2. So now, Keegan's got himself in a position to get that strikeout. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hands again up high from the right-handed box for Colin Fuchs. Here's the pitch. Just missing. Oh, targeting the outside corner and just missing by maybe 1/4 of an inch is Cruzan. That was a very close pitch, and the count runs full, 3-2. Again, the payoff. Down low for ball 4. Boy, a situation there where that 2-2 pitch here, very, very close. That could have gone either way, and that's unfortunately for Keegan Cruzan, it did not. And now runners on the corners and 1 out. We'll get a visit to the mound by John Albee as we get back to the top of the order for DC Everest and Ty Rohde. Thanks to the sponsors of Wausau West High School Athletics, including the Wausau West Athletic Department. Thanks to the Wausau West Athletic Department for helping bring you these broadcasts of the Warriors on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. We would love to see you out and about here watching the Warriors in action to find out upcoming activities, whether it's a play, whether it's student athletes in action. Check out WisconsinValleyConference.org and Wausau West. New pitcher coming in for the Warriors. We'll tell you all about it coming up. 2-0 Everest, bottom of the second. This is Warrior Baseball on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel.
Rocket Industrial's mission to package with less is a commitment to making a future that's better for the next generation. Their recommendations help manufacturers across the nation package with less material, less waste, less time, and with less cost. Their engineers and experts provide data-backed solutions that positively impact your bottom line. When you work with Rocket Industrial, you're working with a partner committed to making a difference. Rocket Industrial, package with less. Learn more at rocketindustrial.com. Rocket Industrial.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for kids, teens, or young adults. It's just not.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals and volatile organic compounds into your body.
And nicotine, the same highly addictive substance found in regular cigarettes.
Nicotine can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s,
affecting learning, memory, attention, and impulse control, and priming the brain for other addictions.
Vaping products also come in kid-friendly flavors that can make them appealing to youth.
And many kids also use other drugs, like marijuana, in vaping devices.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media,
many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping, because when you talk, they hear you.
New pitcher for the Warriors is Parker Helke, the sophomore. He pitched exceptionally well in the opener at Menominee. We also saw him on the road coming out of the bullpen at Hortonville last Friday. But now he's in a tough spot. Runners on first and third. One out for Ty Rohde, the Evergreen leadoff hitter. His first pitch. There's a foul back. The runner was on the move from first base, but that's strike one. Rohde walked and scored the first Everest run in the first inning. Runner on third, Zach Depke. Runner on first, Colin Fuchs. Pickoff move, and back in safely is Colin Fuchs. Working out of the stretch. Parker Helke looking in for the sign and the target. Sets at the belt, kicks and deals. Fastball a little bit outside, and that is ball one. 1-1. Nobody's got a hit yet in this game. Everest has 2 runs, but they've been the beneficiary of 4 base on balls. Pickoff move, and back in safely is Colin Fuchs. Sun again shining. Patches of blue above us here at Simon Field on this windy Friday afternoon. Again, the runners take their leads. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul tip as the runner again on the move, and that's strike two. Again, Everest, I think, trying to lure a throw to second base, perhaps use a double steal to try to get the runner in from third. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Good situation here for Parker Helke. Pretty good lead by Fuchs over at first. Lead shorter at third by Depke. And the 1-2. There's a liner into center field. It will drop in front of Waldvogel for a base hit. Miles, I think, was thinking about a headfirst dive, but decided against it, and it turns into an RBI base knock for Ty Rohde and extends the Evergreen lead to 3-0. Stopping at second on the play was Fuchs. First base hit of the afternoon for either side, and Cooper Ritchie due up next for DCE. Cooper Ritchie flew out to right field, and Cam Blasky in the first. Runners off second and first. Helke takes 2 looks back and now deals, and that'll be fouled off. First base side, head over towards Jelinek as the cars go down the road, and but right now the Warriors in a big spot. Really can't afford to let Everest stretch this one out any further. 3-0 Evergreens, bottom of the second. 0-1 pitch. And there's is it a foul ball down the third base side? Strike 2. Pulling it right down the third base line was Cooper Ritchie. Coming in and throwing strikes is Helke, and that's something the Warriors have had a hard time early in the season. Their pitchers have given up too many base on balls. And the pitch is in the dirt, and again it bounces away. Heading towards the backstop and chasing it down is Rowan Robbins. Boy, again, Rowan is going to have, I think, a few bruises. Those balls in the dirt have been bouncing away from him a lot in the first couple of innings. And the runners each advance 90 feet, so now second and third with one out. And the count 1-2 on Cooper Ritchie. Here's the pitch. Up and out of the strike zone, and that will take it to 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 in the first for Everest, 1 so far here in the bottom of the second. Rowan Robbins putting down the fingers, setting the target for Wausau West. Ritchie waits. 2 looks back at the runner at second. Here's Helke's pitch. Line drive into center field for a base hit. 1 run is in. Getting waved around the second runner. Here comes the throw. It will be late. And it's a 2 RBI single for Cooper Ritchie. And the Evergreens now lead 5-0. Back-to-back singles right through the box for DC Everest. First for Rhodey for 1 RBI, and then 2 RBIs for Cooper Ritchie. So with 1 out and a runner on first, Cole Van Slyke will head to the plate for the Evergreens. Van Slyke was hit by a pitch, came across to score a run in the first inning. Pitch from Helke. Paints the outside corner for strike 1 called. The sophomore stares in at his catcher. Peeks at the runner at first. Pretty good lead at first by Cooper Ritchie. Here's the 0-1. That time missing the outside corner is Parker Helke. That evens things up at 1-1. Thanks to the Wausau West Diamond Club, Warrior Baseball Booster Club, for their support of our broadcast of Wausau West Athletics here on Wausau Area Sports. Ball and a strike. Parker Helke sets, kicks, and deals. There's a high pop-up, third base side. Carson Thurs is under it, and he will make the grab for out number 2. And with 2 outs and a runner on first, third baseman and cleanup hitter Aiden Haupt will come to the plate for DCE. Haupt grounded out to second base, and Will Stengel in the first. Wide open stance in the right-handed batter's box. Runner leads off first. There he goes. Pitch is taken for a strike. Throw down to second. And just under the tag is Cooper Ritchie. That was a good throw by Robbins, just a shade high, just a shade up that forced the tag to come down, and that was just enough for Ritchie to get his hand in there head first and get the stolen base. That was a called strike 1, no balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Down low and inside, stopped by Rowan Robbins, and the count evens up at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. 3 runs in for Everest in the bottom of the second inning. And the Evergreens have a 5-0 lead. Parker Helke again takes a long look at his catcher. Now has the sign, has the target. 2 looks back at the runner, kicks and fires. Fastball misses up and out of the strike zone. Count goes to 2-1. And the runner takes his lead off of second base. Helke's ready. Kicks and deals. There's a flare off to the first base side over the netting, and again it will pop right onto the street. Misses the traffic heading to my left. And the count now 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. That will drop down low, and the count runs full, 3-2. Again, runner leads off a second. Here's the payoff pitch. There's a fly ball center field. Coming in a couple of strides is Miles Wallvogel, and he will squeeze and retire the Evergreens in the second. But DC Everest does add 3 runs to their lead. They score 3 times in the bottom of the second. 3 runs on 2 base hits, no errors, and a runner left on base. End of 2 here from Simon Field. It is DC Everest 5, Wausau West nothing. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Wausau Area Sports is more than play-by-play broadcasts on our YouTube channel. Go to wausauareasports.com for the latest news and information involving our high school sports teams, including Wausau West, Newman Catholic, DC Everest, Wausau East, Marathon, Mosinee, and more. It's all at wausauareasports.com. Also, you can contact us there. If you have story ideas or questions, just go to wausauareasports.com and to the contact section. Also, follow us on Facebook and Instagram for the latest information on where we are and what we're covering. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well so you miss none of the action. Wausau Area Sports on YouTube, at wausauareasports.com, on Facebook and Instagram. The Wausau area's newest source for information and play-by-play of high school sports. Wausau Area Sports. And the Warriors coming to the plate in the top half of inning number 3, trailing DC Everest by a score of 5-0. It will be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for Wausau West: Will Stengel, Alex Kapitz, and Cam Blasky against Cade Felch. Right-handed batter settles in. Here comes Cade Felch, his first pitch of the inning. And there's a fastball right down the middle for strike 1 called. 5 runs on 2 base hits, no errors for DC Everest, no runs on no hits, 1 error for the Wausau West Warriors. Cade Felch kicks and deals. There's a roller back towards the pitcher, picked up by Felch. He'll fire to first in time. 1-3 on the putout for out number 1. 1-3 on that ground ball. Again, Felch has been very good about getting the Warriors to hit it into the turf here. 6 of the 7 outs recorded by Felch have been ground balls and only 1 fly ball. Alex Kapitz, number 9 hitter, left fielder, now settles in. Fastball in the inner portion of the plate for strike 1 called. Wind continues to push towards the right field foul pole. 0-1. And there's a ground ball back to the pitcher. He will go halfway to the bag and then flip it to the first baseman for out number 2. Top of the order now for the Warriors and Cam Blasky. Cam grounded out to shortstop Maddox Wyro back in the first, so he is 0 for 1. Cade Felch kicks and fires. Little roller foul. Third base side, strike 1. Wisconsin Valley Conference standings. You got Marshfield 3-0. Very quick start for the Marshfield Tigers. Stevens Point is 2-0. Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln 1-1. Everest and West are 0-1. And Wausau East is 0-3. 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball, drops just a shade low, maybe just a tad inside, and that's ball 1. 1-1 on Blasky, trying to keep this inning alive with Miles Walvogel waiting on deck. Swing and a miss. A sweeping breaking ball that time from Cade Felch, coming up empty as Blasky. And a count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Warriors trying to find their rhythm at the plate. Last night in that 10-0 5-inning loss at Stevens Point, they had 3 base knocks. One, 2. Strike 3 called. Caught the inside corner. First strikeout of the afternoon for Cade Felch. For the Warriors, 3 up and 3 down in the third. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. End of 2.5 here from Simon Field at DC Everest. It's the Evergreens 5 and the Warriors nothing. This is Wausau West High School Baseball on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel.
Rocket Industrial's mission to package with less is a commitment to making a future that's better for the next generation. Their recommendations help manufacturers across the nation package with less material, less waste, less time, and with less cost. Their engineers and experts provide data-backed solutions that positively impact your bottom line. When you work with Rocket Industrial, you're working with a partner committed to making a difference. Rocket Industrial, package with less. Learn more at rocketindustrial.com. Rocket Industrial's
Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage of Wausau West High School sports on Wausau Area Sports. Thanks for watching on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel, but we'd like to see you out and about supporting Wausau West student athletes in action. To see a listing of upcoming events at Wausau West High School, go to WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. That's WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. Thanks to the Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage on Wausau Area Sports. Bottom half of the third inning as DC Everest comes to the plate leading the Warriors by a score of 5-0. For the Evergreens, it will be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters. Carter Miller, Brody Hall, and Cade Felch going up against Parker Helke. Helke, the second pitcher for Wausau West. Carter Miller walked his first time up. Well, so far, we've been lucky. Nothing has moved in yet. That's why they moved up the game, to try to avoid any of the weather moving towards our area later today. First pitch catches the outside corner for strike 1 called. 5th game of the year for the Warriors, our 4th broadcast. We were not with them yesterday. We were with the Warrior softball team yesterday, but we'll be with the Warrior baseball team a lot this year. Pitch misses a little bit up, and that's ball 1. We'll have the Warriors against the Wausau East Lumberjacks in the next game on Tuesday. 4:45 airtime right here on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. 1-1. Good fastball. That's in there for strike 2 called. Again, Parker Helke has really handled himself well in his relief appearances so far this season. Was very impressed with how he threw the ball in that opener over in Menominee. 1-2. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 3. So, first out of the inning, and that will bring up the Evergreen first baseman, Brody Hall. Brody Hall struck out looking his first time up. He is 0 for 1. Helke kicks and deals. Foul tip at the plate, strike 1. I, for one, really like the idea of adding the conference game this year. Having 3 conference games, as the Valley has shrunk, only 6 teams left in the WVC after Merrill's departure. Still have 15 conference games. Roller pulled foul third base side, and that's strike 2. There's just something more special about the conference games. And to have these opportunities to face Everest 3 times, face East 3 times, go up against Marshfield and Rapids and Stevens Point 3 times. I think that's better than trying to add a bunch of non-conference games. Have to look into maybe an opportunity to think about that for basketball. They did not do that during the winter. 0-2. Helke to the plate. Check swing roller. Charging as short as Joe Gravine. He'll pick. He'll fire across just in time. Nice job by Joe Gravine on that check swing grounder. Charged it and then almost a little bit of a double clutch, but he got it over to Teskey. 6-3 on the putout for out number 2. And now with 2 outs and nobody on base, the Evergreen pitcher, Kate Felch, will step to the plate. So looking for a 1-2-3 inning is Parker Helke. Fouled back to the screen. Strike 1. Maddox Wyro, the on-deck player, will chase down that foul ball right in front of me. Broadcasting right behind home plate here at Simon Field. Right behind home plate and right in front of the crowd has come here on this Friday afternoon. Fastball paints the outside corner. And that's strike 2. Again, nicely done here.
To package with less as a
for Parker Helke. And the pitch drops into the dirt. Ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Stepping back in is Kate Felch. Parker Helke has the sign, has the target. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 3. And a very impressive bottom of the 3rd for sophomore right-hander Parker Helke. Evergreens go down in order. 3 up and 3 down for DCE in the 3rd. End of 3. It is DC Everest 5, Wausau West nothing. This is Warrior Baseball on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Thanks to the Wausau West Baseball Diamond Club for their support of our broadcast of Warrior Baseball on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Community support through the Diamond Club is crucial for our student athletes. All race funds directly benefit the program. The Diamond Club offers several advertising opportunities for local businesses and organizations to gain visibility while contributing to high school sports. For more information, go to WausauWestBaseball.com and click on Diamond Club. Thanks again to the Wausau West Diamond Club for helping bring Wausau West Warrior Baseball to you on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel.
Alcoholics Anonymous. We're here to help. For more information, visit aa.org and download the Meeting Guide app.
Warriors looking to get something going as we head to the top of the 4th inning. Everest with a 5-0 lead. The Warriors will have their 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place hitters due up in this frame. Miles Walvogel, Joe Gravine, and Rowan Robbins will try to get to a Cade Felch. Felch has been stellar so far. 3 innings, has allowed no hits and just 1 walk. Miles Walvogel, who is 0 for 1, he grounded a short back in the 1st inning. So Miles Walvogel settles into the right-handed batter's box against the right-handed thrower, Cade Felch. Felch kicks and deals. Drops a little bit low for ball 1. Just recapping the defense for Everest if you joined us late. Cooper Ritchie is in left field. Colin Fuchs is in center. Ty Rohde in right. Ball and no strikes. Fastball catches the outside corner for a called strike 1. Aiden Haupt is at 3rd base. Maddox Wyro at short. Carter Miller is the 2nd baseman. Brody Hall at 1st. Cole Van Slyke is the catcher for DCE. 1-1. Drops a little bit low. Count goes to 2-1. 2 for the Evergreens in the 1st, 3 in the 2nd. That's how we got to this point, 5-0, top of the fourth. Pitches up and out of the zone, and that's ball 3. So good hitters count now for Miles Walvogel, 3 balls and no strikes. Working quickly still is Cade Felch. He's ready. Fastball in there at the knees, taking a half step towards first base was Walvogel, but the count runs full, 3-2. Walvogel steps out for a quick moment, now back in. Felch again ready to go, setting at the belt. Here's the payoff pitch. Down into the dirt, and that's ball 4, and the Warriors have their leadoff man on in the top of the 4th inning. Up next for West will be their number 3 hitter, shortstop Joe Gravane. Takes a peek down the third base line, getting the sign from Coach John Albee, and now settles in. Slightly open stance from the right-handed batter's box. Felch's pitch is a fastball. Misses for ball 1. Again, both the runner at first and the hitter look down the third base side for the signs. Walvogel takes his lead, being held by Hall. Felch comes home. Misses outside, goes all the way to the backstop, a wild pitch. Walvogel will turn at second, stay right there. So the Warriors, for the second time today, have a runner in scoring position, this time with nobody out. 2 balls and no strikes on Joe Gravane. Time will be called, and we'll get a visit to the mound. Give us a chance to again thank the Clover Belt Credit Union for their terrific support of our broadcasts of Wausau West and Newman Catholic Sports. They are with us. They were with us for a long time on the radio as well, but we're very happy to have Wausau Area Sports and be partnered again with the Clover Belt Credit Union. Also, again, if you're somebody that would like to help make this venture successful, please reach out. Just go to wausauareasports.com, go to the contact area, fill it out, and just say you'd like some information on how to become a sponsor of our broadcast. We bring you action with Wausau West and Newman Catholic here to start off the project. These are the schools that I've been following for many years on the radio, and we're going to continue with them here to start things off here on this new project with our live video streaming. So again, if you are somebody that would be interested in becoming a supporter of our broadcast, we would love to have you on board. Go to wausauareasports.com and then just scroll down to the contact area and we'll get you the information that you need. So the visit has concluded. 2 balls and no strikes on Joe Gravane. Miles Walvogel takes his lead off second base. Cade Felch kicks, deals. Up high, and that's ball 3. So right now the Warriors looking to get these base runners. That's what you need. You can't get 5 back in one AB. And Cade Felch hurting himself, walking Walvogel now down in the count, 3-0 to Joe Gravane. That will catch the outer portion of the plate at the knees for a called strike 1. Wind continues to push, but the temperature is nice. Nice to be in short sleeves here outdoors. 3-1 to Gravane. Catches the outside corner, right on the corner for strike 2. So battling back to run the count full is Felch. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Miles Walvogel, you can see him take his lead off second base. Felch setting at the belt, looks back at Miles. Now kicks, fires. There's a ground ball towards right, into right field for a base hit. Walvogel is going to be held at third as the throw will come back. Actually, not the throw, but just running it back in is Ty Rohde. Finding the hole between first and second is Joe Gravane. First base knock of the game for the Warriors. And Wausau West now has runners on first and third. Nobody out for cleanup man, catcher Rowan Robbins. could see that ball kind of get caught up in the grass before he even got to the skim part of the infield. Trying to get to his right was Brody Hall. Trying to get to his left was Carter Miller, but neither could quite get there, and it rolled softly into right field for the base hit. Felch's pitch. Outside corner at the knees for strike one called. So the Warriors trying to get on the board here in the top of the fourth, trailing 5-0. Rowan Robbins waves the bat as he waits, hands up high. And the pitch. There's a foul tip at the plate. Count goes to 0-2. Big situation here for the Warriors. They have to take advantage. Leadoff walk followed by the single. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And that will miss just off the corner for ball one. Robbins waits. Runners off first and third. Cade Felch kicks, deals. Breaking ball falls off the corner, outside. Count goes to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Top of the fourth inning. Runners off first and third for the Warriors. Felch is set. Kicks, deals. Low and outside, backhanded by Cole Van Slyke. And the count runs full, 3-2. So battling here on this at-bat is Rowan Robbins, and the count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Cade Felch takes a peek at the runners. Here comes the payoff pitch. Inside for ball 4. Oh, they called a strike. Oh, they called strike 3 on the inside corner. That is a tough call on Rowan Robbins. But runners remain on first and third with 1 out for Carson Thurs. Carson walked his first time up. Boy, that was a close pitch. That was a very close pitch. It could go either way, but as that pitch is on the inside corner. That one was for sure on the corner, but right behind the plate. That it either got right on the black or was just off the corner, and getting the benefit of the doubt was Felch. 0-1 on Carson Thurs. Cade Felch kicks and deals. There's a fly ball, center field. Coming in is Colin Fuchs. Now he goes back. Now he goes way back, and he's able to get there and make the grab. Taking at third, coming in to score is Miles Walvogel. Off the bat, I thought that ball was hit better than Colin Fuchs thought it was, because he took a couple of steps in, and then all of a sudden, he got on his horse, got back there, was able to make the grab. It will be a sacrifice fly and an RBI for Carson Thurs as Walvogel scores to make it 5-1. Remaining at first base is Joe Gravane. And now Ty Teske will step in for the Warriors. Here's the kick and the pitch. Catches the outside corner for a called strike 1. Ty Teske grounded back to the pitcher his first time up. He is 0 for 1. Gravane takes a lead at first. Hall holds there. Here's the kick and the pitch. There's a ground ball towards shortstop. Wyro will pick. He'll flip the second in time, and that will do it for the Warriors in the fourth inning. Fielder's choice, 6-4 on the putout. Warriors do get on the board. 1 run on 1 base hit. There were no evergreen errors and 1 runner left on base. We are halfway through this Wisconsin Valley Conference baseball matchup at Simon Field at DC Everest. It is DC Everest 5, Wausau West 1. Bottom of the fourth coming up next. This is Warrior Baseball on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Wausau Area Sports is more than play-by-play broadcasts on our YouTube channel. Go to wausauareasports.com for the latest news and information involving our high school sports teams, including Wausau West, Newman Catholic, DC Everest, Wausau East, Marathon, Mosinee, and more. It's all at WausauAreaSports.com. Also, you can contact us there. If you have story ideas or questions, just go to WausauAreaSports.com and to the contact section. Also, follow us on Facebook and Instagram for the latest information on where we are and what we're covering. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well so you miss none of the action. Wausau Area Sports on YouTube, at WausauAreaSports.com, on Facebook and Instagram. The Wausau area's newest source for information and play-by-play of high school sports. Wausau Area Sports. Bottom of the fourth, Everest coming to the plate, leading West by a score of 5-1. It will be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for the Evergreens. Maddox Wyroll, Colin Fuchs, and then Ty Rohde against Parker Helke. The right-handed sophomore, who had a 1-2-3 inning in the third, including a pair of strikeouts, sets, kicks, and deals. And there's a fly ball towards right. It's going to carry deep. Blasky goes back, way back. He could not make the play. Heading into second base. That, again, is just a very difficult play. I mean, it's this wind is really pushing hard. And now high fly ball like that gets up into that jet stream. And Blasky got turned around, and it ends up dropping for a two-base hit. So runner on second and nobody out for Colin Fuchs. He walked and scored back in the second. Pitch is low and outside. Nice backhanded stab that time by catcher Rowan Robbins. Ball one. Runner leads off second. Helke looks back, kicks, deals. That'll be flared off again. Oh, right to the top of the screen on the first base side. So it saved that one from landing on Jelinek Avenue. Evens it up at 1-1. So runner leads off second. Helke peeks back. Takes a second look back. Now kicks and deals. Fastball misses up and in. 2 balls and 1 strike. 5 runs, 3 hits, no errors for DCE. 1-1-1 across the board for the Warriors. Again, Helke looks in and gets the sign of the target from Rowan Robbins. 2 looks back at the runner. Kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Some movement towards the outer edge of the plate as it got to the strike zone. Coming up empty on that cut was Colin Fuchs, and the count evens up at 2-2. Top of the order for the Evergreens, and Ty Rohde in the on-deck circle. So Helke, 2-2, is ready. Here's the pitch, inside. Oh, it goes behind the hitter, off the mid of Robbins to the backstop. Advancing to third is Maddox Wyroll. That ball was behind the hitter, and I think that made it a very difficult play for Rowan Robbins. And now runner on third and nobody out for the Evergreens. And taking off his left shin pad right now on the first base side is Rowan Robbins. And it looks like his left shin pad may have snapped. So the Wausau West catcher is going to head towards the first base dugout and get a new left shin pad. Actually get new shin pads because he's got a backup set, as any catcher would be prepared. So Rowan Robbins will get some new tools of ignorance, I guess is what they call it. And we'll have a slight delay. Give us a chance to remind you that coming up on Tuesday will be our next high school sports play-by-play broadcast here on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Be back at Wausau West on Tuesday as the Warriors take on the Wausau East Lumberjacks. Both teams, I think right now, badly needing that game. So it'll be a significant game to try for these two squads to get things going early on in the season. That's, again, something to keep note of. It is still very early in the 2026 season. But Tuesday, Warriors and the Lumberjacks, 4:45 airtime, 5 o'clock, first pitch, right here on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Don't forget, if you missed our broadcast yesterday with the Wausau West and DC Everest in softball, very entertaining game over at Wausau West. Warriors had a 4-1 lead going into the 6th. Evergreens then sent 12 batters to the plate in the top of the 6th, scoring 8 runs. Warriors tried to rally, but came up short 9-6. That game is available to be watched. You can go back and watch the first 3 Wausau West baseball games of the season at Menominee, home against Merrill, and at Hortonville. We had Newman Catholic in action on Monday of this week. Actually, it's just a Tuesday, Monday. Time has such little meaning. Here's the kick and the pitch. Misses inside on that 3-2 delivery, and that's ball 4 to Colin Fuchs. So runners on the corners and nobody out for the Evergreens. Back to the top of the order and Ty Rohde. And actually that was on Tuesday when the Newman Catholic softball team faced Auburndale. So Ty Rohde walked and scored in the first, had an RBI single and scored in the second. Helke kicks and deals. Good fastball right down the chute for a called strike 1. So a bit of a jam here for the sophomore. Open stance from the left-handed batter's box for Ty Rohde. Here's the pitch. There's a high pop-up third base side. Carson Thurs near the bag will make the call and make the grab for out number 1. So a big first out, keeps runners on first and third. And that will bring up the Evergreen left fielder and number 2 hitter, Cooper Ritchie. Cooper Ritchie had a big hit in the second, a 2 RBI single to center field. He also flown out to right field back in the first. He is 1 for 2. Parker Helke looks in for the sign and the target. Here's the pitch. There's a hard hit ball. Center field charging in. Dropping it at the bag at second is Stengel, but they'll get an out at the bag, a force play. It was off the mitt of Stengel, but right at the bag, so he's able to pick it up, get the force play at second. So Colin Fuchs is out. It will be a fielder's choice for Cooper Ritchie, and 2 outs in the inning. And still at third is Maddox Wyroll. So all's well that ends well for the Warriors. And now a chance to get out of this inning with runners on first and third and 2 outs for Cole Van Slyke. I thought that ball was going a little further, and it ended up not even getting to the outfield grass. As I was watching Miles Walvogel come in hard, instead it ended up near the bag at second. And I'm not sure. That could have been a play where the Warriors are just trying to drop it and try to get a double play. And I think that may well have been the case. But now Parker Helke sets at the belt, fires. Good fastball at the knees, inner portion for strike 1 called. Cole Van Slyke was hit by a pitch and scored in the first and popped up to the third baseman in the second. He is 0 for 1. So big situation here. We're trying to keep it at 5-1. Helke's pitch. There's a fly ball, left center field, going over, making the call, making the grab is Alex Capitz for out number 3. Well hit ball the other way for Cole Van Slyke, but Capitz got a good jump on it, able to make the grab and finish off the inning. So Everest threatens but does not score in the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Actually, no runs on 1 hit. No errors and 2 runners left on base. And a 4. It is DC Everest 5, Wausau West 1. This is Warrior Baseball on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel.
Too early to start thinking boats. Once the season starts, you want to be ready. So, what's your boat? A boat for fishing? Boat for skiing? A pontoon boat for partying? Or are you thinking personal watercraft? Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union, the leader in financing fun. Great rates, great service, great fun. Local lenders lending local money. Quick and easy loan approval. It's the way financing should be. Stop in and visit with a CCU lender even before you hit the marina. CCU can set you up with a great rate financing approval, so when you find your boat, you're ready to float. The season's just too short not to enjoy every moment you can on the water. Check it out and stop in. Call or apply online at ccuwausau.com. Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union. We finance fun.
Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage of Wausau West High School sports on Wausau Area Sports. Thanks for watching on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel, but we'd like to see you out and about supporting Wausau West student athletes in action. To see a listing of upcoming events at Wausau West High School, go to WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. That's WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. Thanks to the Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage on Wausau Area Sports. Thanks to the new pitcher here for the DC Everest Evergreens, as it will be Aiden Haupt moving from third base to the mound, as Kate Felch will finish with 1 run on 1 hit in 4 innings. He's in line for the W if the Warriors can't come back. Ben Gartsky comes in to the game at third base to replace Haupt, and now Hayden Grzinski comes into center field. And I think a defensive move there, because again, I saw last night, Grzinski made a big play in the 7th inning of that game in Marshfield. He nearly saved the day for DC Everest. He made a catch and then a great throw to the plate for a double play that put Everest within 1 out of earning a W. But then Marshfield was able to rally with 2 outs and score 3 runs to win it 7-6. But Grzinski obviously in there to try to sturdy up the defense in center field, replacing Fuchs. So now the Warriors, they're still very much in this one. Down 5-1, heading to the top of the 5th inning. It will be the bottom third of the order. Keegan Cruzan, Will Stengel, and Alex Caput. So Keegan Cruzan, 0 for 1. He flew out the right field back in the 2nd inning. So Aiden Haupt kicks, deals. Inside, it didn't hit him. Getting on base the hard way is Keegan Cruzan. But the Warriors at this point, again, I said it in the last inning, it's about base runners. And there you go, 1 pitch and 1 base runner there for Wausau West. And that will bring up Will Stengel, the Wausau West second baseman. Stengel grounded back to the pitcher. His only time up, he is 0 for 1. Fastball misses low and away for ball 1. You hear the chatter in the Wausau West dugout to my right on the first base side. You feel like, hey, they got a little momentum. They got that run in the 4th and now trying to get something going here in the 5th. Runner leads off first. Here's the pitch. That's on the inner portion of the plate at the knees for a called strike 1. John Albee going through his signs in the third base coach's box for Wausau West. Back in now is Stengel. Aiden Haupt sets at the chest. Kicks and deals. Drops a little bit low, and that's ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Good hitters count now for Will Stengel. Stengel holds those hands up near the right ear hole as he waits. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Some good lower movement towards the strike zone from Haupt on that pitch. And the count evens up at 2-2. Top half of inning number 5. 5-1, DC Everest with the lead. Taking a peek at the runner is Haupt. Good lead at first. Here's the pitch. Chopper foul for third base side. We'll do it again at 2-2. It's turned into a really nice day to be out. I mean, we're just not used to being warm. I mean, we know the weather's going to change, but at the same time, it's really baseball weather. Got those temperatures in the low 70s. It is breezy, but at the same time, real baseball weather. 2-2. Here's the pitch. Fouled again. Good battle here. Stengel and Aiden Haupt. Wind continues to push as it's done throughout the course of the day towards the right field foul pole, blowing across the diamond. Again, Haupt looks back at the runner at first. Sets, kicks, deals. Roller third base side, foul again. So fighting off these two strike pitches is Will Stengel for the Warriors. Again, Keegan Cruzan takes his lead off first. 2-2. Fouled again. This one is into the screen. And again, it will remain 2 balls and 2 strikes. Making Aiden Haupt work in this at-bat is Stengel for the Warriors. Haupt again, fires. There's a liner over the shortstop into left field for a base hit. So a single by Stengel, and that was a terrific at-bat for the Wausau West second baseman. He fought off a number of 2-strike pitches and then able to line it over Maddox Wyro into left. Cruzan stops at second, and now Alex Capitz will come to the plate for Wausau West. Warriors now have the potential tying run in the on-deck circle, so they are setting the table to try to get back into this game. Capitz grounded back to the pitcher, back in the third, 0 for 1. Runners off first and third. Squares the bunt. Pitch is taken down low. Actually, I said first and second the runners are. Trying to get those 2 runners 90 feet down the line is Alex Capitz. Looks down the third base line, now back into the box. So Haupt, a little bit of trouble coming out here, moving from third to pitcher in the top of the 5th. Another square around. Lays it down, good bunt! Charged at third by Garski. He'll fire to first in time. But that was a terrific bunt, and giving himself actually a chance to get a single on the play was Alex Capitz. It was a good play made by Gartsky just into the game. He charged hard, made the clean pick and the good throw across. Sacrifice bunt, and now the top of the order for the Warriors as Cam Blasky will come to the plate. Blasky is 0 for 2. He is grounded out and also struck out. But now a critical situation. The Warriors have to get these runners in. Aiden Haupt now takes a little too much time for Blasky, and he'll step out. Chance to make it interesting here with plenty of time left. We're only in the top of the 5th. Haupt kicks and fires. Breaking ball and a good one. That was a good hard breaking pitch from Aiden Haupt that got the inside corner for strike 1 called. Five to 1 Evergreens, top of the 5th inning. Runners off third and second. Haupt has the sign and the target from Cole Van Slyke. 0-1 pitch. Inside, it goes to the backstop. Here comes the runner, and it's 5-2. A wild pitch scores Cruzan. To third base on the play is Will Stengel. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Hop taking a moment, now toes the rubber, looks in, runner off at third. Here's the pitch. Good fastball, but just off the corner for ball 2. That was a close pitch from Aiden Haupt, and the count goes to 2-1. There's the swing and a foul back, and that lands off the screen and then off the first base dugout. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Looking in is Aiden Haupt. Runner off at third. Haupt sets. Kicks, fires. There's a little roller third base side, foul ball. Boy, Warriors at bats have got much stronger. They are making the Evergreen pitchers work. They worked out to a single for Will Stengel, and now trying to do the same is Cam Blasky. Haupt is ready. The right-hander sets, kicks, and deals. There's a flare off to the right field side, and that will be a foul ball. Again, as I mentioned earlier, there is a lot of foul territory down the first and third base sides here at DC Everest. 2 runs on 2 base hits, 1 error for the West Warriors, 5 runs on 3 base hits and no errors for the DC Everest Evergreens. 2-2, 1 out. Runner on third is Will Stengel for Wausau West. Blasky, slightly open stance in the right-handed batter's box, waits. Aiden Haupt is ready. Kicks, deals. Hard hit ground ball in the hole, that short Y roll. Oh, and he cannot handle it. And coming in to score will be Will Stengel to make it 5-3. That was going to be a tough play for Wyro in the hole. Tried to backhand it, set, and then throw, but it went off his mitt. So an infield single and RBI for Cam Blasky, and the Warriors now have the potential tying run coming to the plate. Miles Waldvogel will come to the plate for Wausau West. Well, the Warriors have turned this one around and now have a chance to get closer. There's a good fastball from Aiden Haupt on the outer portion of the plate for a called strike 1. Five to 3 now the score. That was the third base hit for Wausau West. Haupt fires. There's a roller charging as short as Wyro. He'll pick, throw to second for 1, and then beating it out at first is Miles Waldvogel. So it is a fielder's choice. 6-4 on the putout to get Blasky at second for out number 2. And now Joe Gravine will step to the plate. Gravine singled in the 4th. He is 1 for 2. Be interesting to see if Coach Albee tries to get that runner into scoring position. Taking his lead is Waldvogel off of first. Haupt's pitch, swing and a miss. Again, has a nice little downward bite as that pitch got to the strike zone, and it's 0-1. Peeking down the third base line is Joe Gravine. Aiden Haupt sets at the chest. Kicks and deals. Good breaking ball. That was a really good breaking pitch on the outer portion from Haupt. And the count goes to 0-2. 2 tough pitches for Gravine to face to start off this at-bat. Waldvogel leads off first. Here's the pitch. There he goes. Pitch is outside. Throw down to second. And out at second is Miles Waldvogel. That was a good throw by Vance Lake. That pitch was low and away, but he was able to fire it quickly, a little bit up, but the tag was brought down before Miles Waldvogel could get the hand down, and that will end the Warrior 5th. But the Warriors do score twice. 2 runs on 2 base hits. There were no Evergreen errors, and nobody left on base. And a 4.5. It is DC Everest 5 and Wausau West 3. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel.
Rocket Industrial's mission to package with less is a commitment to making a future that's better for the next generation. Their recommendations help manufacturers across the nation package with less material, less waste, less time, and with less cost. Their engineers and experts provide data-backed solutions that positively impact your bottom line. When you work with Rocket Industrial, you're working with a partner committed to making a difference. Rocket Industrial, package with less. Learn more at rocketindustrial.com.
Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage of Wausau West High School sports on Wausau Area Sports. Thanks for watching on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel, but we'd like to see you out and about supporting Wausau West student athletes in action. To see a listing of upcoming events at Wausau West High School, go to WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. That's WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. Thanks to the Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage on Wausau Area Sports. Thanks to the Wausau. Chad Holmes again from Simon Field at DC Everest, where the Evergreens lead the Warriors by a score of 5-3. And Aiden Haupt, who is now the pitcher for the Evergreens, will lead things off in the bottom of the fifth. So we've all of a sudden got ourselves a tight game here in this Wisconsin Valley Conference matchup. And the first pitch of the well hit ball center field. Going back is Walvogel. Way back, way back, way back, and he'll make the running grab. Well hit ball by Aiden Haupt. And again, the wind not helping that because it was pushing it a little bit towards the right field corner. Knocked it down a bit and able to get on his horse and make a good running grab is Miles Walvogel for the first out of the inning. Good jump on that ball as well. Watching Miles from right behind home plate. Right when that ball hit the bat, you saw him go back, and he basically knew where that ball was going to end up. Carter Miller now steps in for the Evergreens, and the first pitch is, I believe, in there for a strike. Nope, it was actually called a ball. A little bit up. Parker Helke still out there for the Warriors. The right-hander has done a nice job since coming on back in the second. Pitch misses away for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. There's that wind again. You can hear it in our microphone pushing hard today. We've been getting moments of sunshine. And again, very wise decision to move this game to 1 o'clock. It was a scheduled 5 o'clock start time. Pitch is inside, bounces off the mid of Rowan Robbins, and that's ball 3. So 3-0 on Carter Miller with Brody Hall in the on-deck circle for DC Everest. Here's Helke's pitch. Inside, and it hit him. It was either going to be a base on balls or a hit batsman. It turns into a hit batsman. And the Evergreens have a runner on first with 1 out for Brody Hall. Everest, this is their 3rd official game. They did have a game that was suspended against Spash earlier in the week. After today's game, they'll be back in action against Wisconsin Rapids on Tuesday, and then they'll travel to Wausau East on Thursday next week. Pitch is off the outside corner for a ball. So again, next week, conference games on Tuesday and Thursday. The Tuesday action, West against East, Warriors hosting the Lumberjacks, Everest hosting Rapids, and also Spash at Marshfield. 1-0. Down into the dirt. Nice block made by Rowan Robbins, and they'll keep the runner at first. That game on Tuesday between Marshfield and Stevens Point has some early season first place implications, as Marshfield 3-0 in the conference, Stevens Point 2-0. Marshfield will host Spash on Tuesday. But the thing about it, 15 conference games. So you may be in first, you may be in 6th at this point of the season. It does not necessarily mean that's where you're going to end up. And again, I really do like the fact that the conference decided to go with this 3 times against each other rotation to give 15 conference games in 2026. 2 balls and no strikes. Fastball, trying to frame it behind the dish was Rowan Robbins, but does not get the call, and it's 3-0. 3 balls and no strikes. Runner leads off first. Some rhythmic clapping from the Evergreen dugout. There's a fastball on the inside corner for a called strike 1. First time that we've seen Parker Helke really have trouble finding the strike zone here today. Had 7 in a row outside the zone, but now trying to dig his way out of this hole against Hall. 3 balls and 1 strike. And the pitch. There's a well-hit ball deep left field. Going back is Alex Capitz, but the wind is going to knock that one down. Boy, the wind just really knocked that one down. Left field is the field that it's straight into the wind here today. And this ballpark, Simon Field, it's not easy to drive it out on a good day. But if you're a right-handed hitter who pulls the baseball, you're going to have to put a rifle shot into it in order to get it over the head of the outfielder. And a good play by Capitz for out number 2. So runner on first, 2 outs. As getting his first AB of the game will be Ben Gartsky for the Evergreens. Pitch is up and in for ball 1. This is definitely a day of a line drive. You want to hit a line drive either into a gap, because if you hit it in the air, it's going to get knocked down. Here's the pitch. Down low and inside, and that's ball 2. Big frame right now for Parker Helke and the Warriors. They got those 2 runs in the top of the inning. You want to keep it right here at 5-3 when West goes to the plate in the top of the 6th. Evergreens obviously want to do differently because they had a lead yesterday that they saw get away. They know that this game is not over. Pitch is in at the knees for a called strike 1. Everest led 6-3 going into the bottom of the 7th in Marshfield yesterday when the Tigers scored 4 times to pull out a 7-6 win. Hate to remind those Evergreen fans out there of that one. That was a real gut punch for DCE. Runner on the move. There's a ground ball, third base side. Picked there by Carson Thurs. He'll fire across in time, and that will do it for the Evergreens in the bottom of the 5th. No runs on no base hits. There were no Wausau West errors and 1 runner left on base. We have played 5 innings from Simon Field in Weston. It is 5-3. Evergreens over the Warriors. Wausau West coming to the plate in the top of the 6th. Coming up, this is Warrior Baseball on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Thanks to the Wausau West Baseball Diamond Club for their support of our broadcast of Warrior Baseball on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Community support through the Diamond Club is crucial for our student athletes. All race funds directly benefit the program. The Diamond Club offers several advertising opportunities for local businesses and organizations to gain visibility while contributing to high school sports. For more information, go to WausauWestBaseball.com and click on Diamond Club. Thanks again to the Wausau West Diamond Club for helping bring Wausau West Warrior Baseball to you on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Thanks to the... There you are. They are?
Alcoholics Anonymous. We're here to help. For more information, visit aa.org and download the Meeting Guide app.
Chad Holmes again from Simon Field at DC Everest, where the Warriors are coming to the plate in the top of the 6th inning, trailing DC Everest by a score of 5-3. Joel Gravine, who was at the plate at the end of the 5th inning when Miles Walvogel was called out trying to steal, will lead things off for West. Joel Gravine, Rowan Robbins, and Carson Thurs in the middle of the order, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters against Aiden Haupt. Fastball from Haupt drops a little bit down for ball 1. So I think for West, here with the middle of the order, this is a big frame, top of the 6th. Got 2 more ABs to try to get 2 runs to, at the very least, tie it up. There's a fly ball, well hit left field. Way back goes Ritchie. Way back, and that ball is all the way to the fence. I said it. You got to get a charge into one to left field, but boy, oh boy, did Joe Gravine get a charge into that one for a double to start off the Wausau West 6th inning. Cooper Ritchie got on his horse, gave it a good effort for the Evergreens. But now the Warriors have a runner in scoring position with nobody out. That will bring up Rowan Robbins, the Warrior cleanup hitter. Aiden Hopp sets. Takes a long time as the runner leads off second. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. That one ended up just off the top of the dirt. Coming up empty is Robbins. It's 0-1. 3 runs on 4 base hits, 1 error for the West Warriors, 5 runs on 3 base hits and no errors for the DC Everest Evergreens. Slightly open stance from the right-handed batter's box for Rowan Robbins. Aiden Hopp to the plate. Swing and a miss. A good breaking ball there from the right-hander, and it's 0-2. So Rowan takes a moment, resets, and now steps back in. Again, off of second base is Joe Gravine. Aiden hopped. Peeks at the runner. Kicks and fires. Inside it hit him. It got a piece of the helmet of Rowan Robbins. It ran in. So the Warriors now have the tying run on base at first. Carson Thurs will next step in. Rowan, I don't know what kind of guts he has, because that ball came bearing in and he just took it, and that's a up high no less, but he just dropped the bat and headed to first base. So now, first and second, nobody out for Carson Thurs. He squares the bunt and comes up empty, and that's strike 1. Thurs walked in the second and then had a sacrifice fly and an RBI in the 4th. Warriors want to get that tying run into scoring position. No balls and 1 strike. Cole Van Slyke will put down the fingers and set the target. Aiden hopped. He's ready. Here's the pitch. Outside on that fastball, again squaring around was Carson Thurs, but let it go for ball 1. John Albee going through his signs in the third base coach's box for Wausau West. Sun is now showing again. Boy, again, it's turned into a good baseball afternoon here at Simon Field. 1-1. There's the bunt. It's a good one. It's going to be a tough play. Picked up by the pitcher. Throw to first, and that is in time. That's a good play by Hopp, because that was a terrific bunt laid down by Carson Thurs. Good bunt and a good defensive play as well, but the Warriors do get the job done, and that will put runners on second and third with just 1 out for Ty Teske. Really well done, well executed by Thurs. Now Ty Teske, a hit to the outfield could tie up this game. Aiden Hopp will take a little bit too much time, so stepping out is Teske. Ty grounded out his first time up and then hit into a fielder's choice in the 4th. He is 0 for 2. Here's the kick and the pitch. Swing and a miss. That was good location on that pitch from Aiden Hopp. He was either right on the corner or maybe an inch off, and strike 1. The left-handed batter waits. Hopped a long look again towards Cole Van Slyke. Sets at the chest, kicks and deals. Drops down low, smothering it behind the dish is Van Slyke. and the count evens up at 1-1. Glad you can be with us for this exciting Wisconsin Valley Conference baseball matchup on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. I know you have choices today, so again, I appreciate you spending your time with our broadcast today. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Boy, that was another good location on that pitch from Haupt. At the very end, I could see, because I'm right behind home plate, that ball not only went down, but it actually broke a little bit away, almost a little screwball action on that pitch from Aiden Haupt. But now contact is vital for Ty Teske. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Haupt again has the sign, has the target. Here's the pitch. That time laying off that pitch that was moving away off the outside corner was Teske. And the count evens up at 2-2. Keegan Cruzan waits on deck for the Warriors. 5-3, DC Everest, top of the 6th inning. Runners off 2nd and 3rd for the Warriors. Another long look in from the right-hander. Haupt kicks and fires. Again, misses the outside corner, and that was the pitch on the very first pitch that Teske swung and missed at. That was a nice piece of discipline at the plate in the left-handed box from Ty Teske, and the count runs full 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Dangerous hitter here for the Warriors. Aiden Haupt. Payoff pitch. Just getting a piece of it. Staying alive is Ty Teske, as Keegan Cruzan will come right in front of us, pick up that foul ball. The Warriors have just had really good at-bats in this comeback. That's one reason they've been able to get these runs across. They've been making the evergreen pitchers throw good pitches. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Again, the runners off 3rd and 2nd. Again, a payoff pitch. There's a little roller, foul first base side, and again, the battle with 2 strikes. Big moment in this game. If you joined us late, Everest with 2 in the 1st, 3 in the 2nd. Warriors 1 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th. 5-3, DC Everest. Again, the Warriors runners off 3rd and 2nd. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Ty Teske. Aiden Haupt sets, kicks, fires. Up and out of the strike zone, and that's ball 4. The bases are now loaded for Wausau West. In fact, the Warriors have the potential lead run on base. So we are going to get a pinch runner at 2nd base, as coming out and doing the running here for the Warriors will be Marcus Koenigs. Get a little more speed as Rowan Robbins. It'll be a courtesy runner because Rowan is the catcher. Keegan Cruzan. A big chance for the Warriors right now. Keegan, who throws left-handed but hits right-handed, will step in. He flew out to right field his first time up and then was hit by a pitch and scored a run in the 5th. Aiden Haupt on the hill for the Evergreens. Runners off 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. And taking a little bit too much time for the taste of Keegan Cruzan is Aiden Haupt. So Keegan requests and is granted timeout. Here's the kick and the pitch. Low and outside, backhanded by Cole Van Slyke, and that's ball 1. Putting down the fingers and setting the target again will be Van Slyke. Boy, taking a lot of time right now, really focusing as Aiden Haupt. Here's the 1-0. There's a ground ball 3rd base side. Going to the bag for the force, then a throw across. Not in time. Going off the bag at first was Brody Hall, so it's a fielder's choice for Cruzan. Gravine will come in and score, and it's now 5-4. Turned into a close play as going, instead of trying to fire to the plate, Ben Gartsky tagged the bag, got the sure out, and then fired across just a little bit up. Hall went up and then came down on the bag. So it will be an RBI on that fielder's choice for Cruzan. So runners on first and second. And Marshall Helke will be the pinch hitter here for the Warriors and try to get the 2-out RBI hit to tie it up. So Marshall Helke will hit in the number 8 position, usually where Will Stingle was batting. But we've seen Marshall Helke drive in runs in the first 2 games of the season. Had a big RBI hit in Menominee on the season opening day. Here's the pitch. Off the outside corner for ball 1. 5-4. Warriors have carved away at this early 5-0 deficit to get to within 1. Tying run at second, the lead run at first. Aiden Haupt looks in again towards Cole Van Slyke for the sign and the target. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball towards shortstop. It will be picked there. Long throw across. Off target, gets away. It's going to be a tie game. Runner to third, and stopping there will be Cruzan, and into second is Marshall Helke. An error on the shortstop. It got away. It was in the dirt and wide of the bag. And we are all even 5-5. Runners on second and third for Alex Capitz. The Evergreens take a very, very, very inopportune time to get their first error of the game. Alex Capitz, right-handed batter. Here's the kick and the pitch. Foul tip at the plate, strike 1. And of course, the job of the catcher, Cole Van Slyke, gets very, very important at this point as well, because Wausau West will be looking for that pitch away, anywhere away from the catcher. There is plenty of room, so this is a situation where the ball gets away. The runner at third is going to break for the plate. Wild pitch, pass ball, whatever it may be. No balls and 1 strike on Alex Capitz. Here's the kick and the pitch. Breaking ball and a beauty that time from Aiden Haupt in there for strike 2 called. 5-5 game. For those folks who may have said, oh, it's 5-0 early, I'm going to tune away. They've missed a good comeback here for Wausau West. Haupt trying to strand those runners at second and third. The righty fires. Hangs a little bit up for ball 1. Top of the order, and Cam Blasky on deck for Wausau West. That wind continues to kick up here at Simon Field. Runners take their leads off second and third. 1-2. Breaking ball, and that's strike 3 call. But the Warriors score twice in the 6th. 2 runs, 1 base hit, 1 error, and 2 runners left on base. And a 5.5. It is Wausau West 5, DC Everest 5. This is Warrior Baseball on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel.
Too early to start thinking boats. Once the season starts, you want to be ready. So, what's your boat? A boat for fishing? Boat for skiing? A pontoon boat for partying? Or are you thinking personal watercraft? Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union, the leader in financing fun. Great rates, great service, great fun. Local lenders lending local money. Quick and easy loan approval. It's the way financing should be. Stop in and visit with a CCU lender even before you hit the marina. CCU can set you up with a great rate financing approval, so when you find your boat, you're ready to float. The season's just too short not to enjoy every moment you can on the water. Check it out and stop in. Call or apply online at ccuwausau.com. Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union. We finance fun.
And Chad Holmes again here from Everest, bottom of the 6th, 5-5 game. A little bit of bad news. There's a severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued for Marathon County until 4:15 today. So I have not looked at the radar. I probably should. Zach Depke will step in here for DC Everest. Bottom of the 6th. So again, 5-5 game. He is hitting in the number 8 position in the batting order. Parker Helke still out there for the Warriors, and the first pitch is in there for strike 1 called. All right, let's take a peek here at the weather just to get an idea. But no balls and 1 strike. Here's the kick and the pitch. There's a roller, third base side foul. So quickly up in the count is Helke, 0-2. It's a 5-5 game here at Simon Field. Everest had a game earlier this week where they started and they ran into some thunderstorms. Here's the pitch, check swing! Oh, very close pitch. Called ball 1. Well, it looks like the storm's expected by 4 o'clock, so maybe we got still hopefully an hour before that happens. There's a liner into left field. It'll drop in for a base hit. Taking advantage after that close pitch with 2 strikes was not called strike 3. Depke lines 1 into left for a base hit. So the lead run on base for DCE with nobody out. Hayden Grzinski will now get his first at-bat here for the Evergreens. See if they play some small ball, try to get that lead run into scoring position. Here's the pitch. It is a bunt. It's a good one. Picked up by the catcher, Rowan Robbins. He'll fire to first in time, but the sacrifice is completed. And the potential lead run now in scoring position for DC Everest. And now top of the order for DCE. And their right fielder, Ty Rohde. Rohde walked and scored in the first, had an RBI single, scored in the second. Popped up in the 4th, and first we're going to get time out called, and we're going to get a meeting on the mound, and I think we're going to get a pitching change here for the West Warriors. Nice job by Parker Helke. He came in and held down the fort and allowed the Warriors to be able to tie up this game. So a pitching change here for the Warriors. Runner on second, 1 out in the bottom of the 6th inning. It is Wausau West 5 and DC Everest 5. I'll tell you about the new pitcher coming up in just a moment. This is Warrior Baseball on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel.
Rocket Industrial's mission to package with less is a commitment to making a future that's better for the next generation. Their recommendations help manufacturers across the nation package with less material, less waste, less time, and with less cost. Their engineers and experts provide data-backed solutions that positively impact your bottom line. When you work with Rocket Industrial, you're working with a partner committed to making a difference. Rocket Industrial, package with less. Learn more at rocketindustrial.com.
Wausau Area Sports is more than play-by-play broadcasts on our YouTube channel. Go to wausauareasports.com for the latest news and information involving our high school sports teams, including Wausau West, Newman Catholic, DC Everest, Wausau East, Marathon, Mosinee, and more. It's all at wausauareasports.com. Also, you can contact us there. If you have story ideas or questions, just go to wausauareasports.com and to the contact section. Also, follow us on Facebook and Instagram for the latest information on where we are and what we're covering. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well so you miss none of the action. Wausau Area Sports on YouTube, at wausauareasports.com, on Facebook and Instagram. The Wausau Area's newest source for information and play-by-play of high school sports. Wausau Area Sports. And the new pitcher for the Wausau West Warriors will be Parker Monday. We saw Parker throw some good innings in the game against Merrill, the second game of the season. He came on in relief and kept the Warriors in a very tight one that went extra innings. Ultimately, the Warriors lost that one in 10 by a score of 6-3. But I have to say, there is some dark clouds that are starting to roll around here, and I'm not feeling as optimistic right now that we're going to be able to finish this one off. But now, runner on second and one out, as Monday will come in and take on Ty Rohde, lefty on lefty battle. There's a looping liner down the right field side that goes foul. Strike one. No balls and one strike. 5-5 is the score, playing the bottom of the 6th inning. Glad you're with us here on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Parker Monday toes the rubber, looks in towards his catcher, Rowan Robbins. Takes a peek at the runner at second. Kicks, deals. There's a little roller first base side, is off the body of Ty Rohde, so a foul ball. Boy, that ball was bearing in on Rohde, and he swung at it. Thought for a moment it might hit him as it was coming in, but the count is 0-2. But that wind is still kicking up. Runner again off of second. Long look in from Parker Monday. Sets at the belt. Kicks, deals. Off the outside corner, ball one. One ball and two strikes. Wide open stance from the left-handed batter's box for Rohde. See the wind blowing through his jersey. Monday kicks and deals. Up and in, and that's ball two. No balls and, one ball and two strikes on Ty Rohde. Again, that runner takes his lead. Here's the kick and the pitch. Fouled straight back. That was a good cut by Rohde. That ball got a pretty good piece of the plate. But Rohde stays alive. Wind just whipping towards the right field foul pole. It's actually 2 balls and 2 strikes on Rohde. Monday sets at the belt. Kicks, deals. Just missing. Oh, framing that one. John Albee takes a step outside the first base dugout. He wanted that one. That was very, very, very close. I thought that was at the knees, but nevertheless, the count runs full. Monday looks back at the runner. Here's the kick and the pitch. Misses away, and that's ball 4. 2 times in this inning, 2 strike pitches have not gone the Warriors' way. First time it led to a Depke single, and this time it leads to a Rohde walk. So first and second with 1 out for Cooper Ritchie. Getting darker. I'm sure you can see it on the camera as well. Bottom of the 6th, 5-5 game. Here's the pitch. Drops down low for ball 1. The clouds are dark, and they also look rather menacing as well beyond the right center field fence. Runners take their leads. The lefty Parker Monday to the plate. Inside for a ball, and it's now 2-0. Well, the numbers on the scoreboard look the same. 5 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for both West and Everest. But now it's the Evergreens who are trying to respond after the Warriors tied it up. 2-0. Outside, goes all the way to the backstop. Wild pitch will allow each of the runners to advance 90 feet. So now the lead run at third for Everest. 3 balls and no strikes on Cooper Ritchie. Time is called, and Rowan Robbins will jog out and have some words with his pitcher. At this point, you can almost think about putting the runner on, but then at the same time, you don't want to put yourself in a position where a base on balls would force in the lead run. Three and nothing is back behind the plate is Rowan Robbins. Runners take their leads. Here's the kick and the pitch. Outside, bounces away, but not far enough for the runners to advance. So it's a base on balls. They'll load up the bases with 1 out. Cole Van Slyke, the number 3 hitter in the Evergreen batting order, will now step in with a chance to give his team the lead. And be aware, if it starts raining, I'm going to have to leave the airwaves pretty quickly because I cannot afford to lose this equipment. So just a quick note. Here's the pitch. And that's in there for strike 1 called. 5-5 game. Everest scored twice in the first, 3 in the second. Warriors 1 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, 2 in the sixth. Parker Monday sets at the belt, kicks, deals. Fouled straight back to the screen. So now 0-2. A strikeout would be massive. Warriors will look to cut down the run at the plate on any ground ball. Well, the middle infielders are playing double play depth, but so the corner infielders playing just in front of the respective bags. 0-2. Monday's pitch. There's a pop-up, but it'll be fouled over the screen, just to my left. Still 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Monday again takes a peek at the runner at second, now comes to the plate. Just getting a piece of that one, staying alive is Cole Van Slyke. Still no balls and 2 strikes. Deep breath by Van Slyke, and now steps back into the left-handed batter's box. Parker Monday has the sign and the target from Rowan Robbins, and here's the pitch. Low and outside, and that's ball 1. Ball and 2 strikes on Van Slyke. John Albee getting out of the dugout, yelling some instructions to his fielders. Make sure they make the right play at this very important at-bat of this game. 1-2 pitch. Inside, and a nice play made by Rowan Robbins to save a wild pitch and save a run. As that ball was behind Cole Van Slyke, I thought that ball for sure was heading to the backstop. What a stop made by Robbins to keep it 5-5. Again, the runners off third, second, and first. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Parker Monday kicks, deals. There's a fly ball, short center field. In fact, not even to center field. The call and the grab is made at shortstop by Joe Gravane for out number 2. Big second out of the inning, and now a chance for the Warriors to get out of this frame, still tied. But Aiden Haupt, cleanup hitter, will step in for the Evergreens. So now Parker Monday trying to get out of this major jam for the Warriors. Kicks, deals. Just a little bit up and out of the strike zone for ball one. The Warriors have clawed all the way back from a deep hole early in this game. 5-5 game. 1-0. Down into the dirt and blocking it nicely is Rowan Robbins. But the count goes to 2-0. Good hitters count now for Aiden Haupt. Nowhere to put him. Sign is put down. Target is set. Here's the 2-0 pitch. There's a fastball right down the chute for a called strike one. Wow, I'm a little surprised Haupt did not take a cut at that one because that was right down the middle, but he was taken and it's now 2-1. Monday again looks in, has the target. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That will be fouled off into the screen on the first base side, and now it's 2-2. So fighting his way back to even it up is Parker Monday. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners at third, second, and first. Monday looks back at the runner. Now kicks, fires. Fouled back again. We've seen a number of these battles here today. 2 strike fights. Parker Monday again is ready. Here's the kick and the pitch. There's a high fly ball right field side, but there'll be plenty of room for Cam Blasky, and he'll make the grab as the Warriors get out of this inning. The Evergreens threaten but do not score in the bottom of the 6th. No runs on 1 base hit, no errors, and 3 runners left on base. End of 6. It is Wausau West 5, DC Everest 5. This is Wausau West High School Baseball on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage of Wausau West High School sports on Wausau Area Sports. Thanks for watching on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel, but we'd like to see you out and about supporting Wausau West student athletes in action. To see a listing of upcoming events at Wausau West High School, go to WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. That's WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. Thanks to the Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage on Wausau Area Sports. Thanks to the Wausau West Baseball Diamond Club for their support of our broadcast of Warrior Baseball on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Community support through the Diamond Club is crucial for our student athletes. All race funds directly benefit the program. The Diamond Club offers several advertising opportunities for local businesses and organizations to gain visibility while contributing to high school sports. For more information, go to WausauWestBaseball.com and click on Diamond Club. Thanks again to the Wausau West Diamond Club for helping bring Wausau West Warrior Baseball to you on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Thanks to the Wausau West Baseball Diamond Club for their support of our broadcast of Warrior Baseball on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Community support through the Diamond Club is crucial for our student athletes. All race funds directly benefit the program. The Diamond Club offers several advertising opportunities for local businesses and organizations to gain visibility while contributing to high school sports. For more information, go to WausauWestBaseball.com and click on Diamond Club. Thanks again to the Wausau West Diamond Club for helping bring Wausau West Warrior Baseball to you on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. New pitcher for DC Everest as we head to the top of the 7th inning. Caden Allen, 5-5 game. I have to admit, I am very, very, very nervous right now. Being out in the elements and knowing that eventually, as we do have a severe thunderstorm warning for Marathon County right now, that we're going to get caught in something pretty nasty. So just be aware, I am not going to be hanging around a long time once the storm does hit, but see if we can finish this one up before it does. 5-5, top of the 7th. Here's the kick and the pitch. Followed straight back as leading things off for the Warriors is Cam Blasky. Cam Blasky had an RBI single his last time up. He is 1 for 3. Here's the kick and the pitch. Low and inside from Caden Allen. That evens things up at 1-1. 5 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for Wausau West. 5 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for DC Everest. Caden Allen, the 3rd Evergreen hurler this afternoon. There is a hardliner, but on a hop to short. Boy, well hit ball, but out at first is Cam Blasky. One up and one down for the Warriors. Maddox Wyro with the clean pick and throw across. Next up will be center fielder Miles Walvogel. Caden Allen working out of the stretch, kicks and deals. Fastball just off the inside corner for ball 1. Getting darker yet here at Simon Field. (1-0). Drops a little bit low, and that's ball 2. These teams will meet again next on the 5th of May at Wausau West, and the Warriors will be back here at Simon Field on May the 7th. Pitch is low and outside, and it's 3-0 on Miles Walvogel. Certainly a red light here, I would think, for Miles. Try to get that leading runner on base. 3-0. That will catch the inside corner, and that will be strike 1 called. 3 balls and 1 strike, Miles Walvogel. He walked and scored back in the 4th. (3-1). Swing and a miss, and the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three and 2 on Walvogel. Trying to get that runner on base. Here's the kick and the pitch. Liner right back to the mound. Knocked down by the pitcher, Allen. He'll pick, he'll fire to first in time. Boy, well hit ball by Miles Walvogel, but good play. Knocking it down was Caden Allen. 1-3 on the putout for out number 2. 2 up and 2 down for Wausau West, and that will bring up the Warriors shortstop, Joe Gravane. Gravane started the rally in the 6th with a double, came around to score. Caden Allen sets, kicks, fires. Fastball, catches the inside corner. A little shake of the head from Joe Gravane, but the count goes 0-1. (5-5) game. Top half of inning number 7 at DCE. There's a little roller towards short. Wyro will charge. He will pick. He will fire across, and just in time to get Gravane on a bang-bang play. 6-3 on the putout, and that will do it for the Warriors. in the top of the 7th inning. No runs on no base hits. There were no errors and nobody left on base. Heading to the bottom of the 7th, Everest needs 1 to win it. The Warriors need to hold them off the board to force extras. Wausau West 5, DC Everest 5. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Wausau Area Sports is more than play-by-play broadcasts on our YouTube channel. Go to wausauareasports.com for the latest news and information involving our high school sports teams, including Wausau West, Newman Catholic, DC Everest, Wausau East, Marathon, Mosinee, and more. It's all at wausauareasports.com. Also, you can contact us there. If you have story ideas or questions, just go to wausauareasports.com and to the contact section. Also, follow us on Facebook and Instagram for the latest information on where we are and what we're covering. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well so you miss none of the action. Wausau Area Sports on YouTube, at wausauareasports.com, on Facebook and Instagram. The Wausau area's newest source for information and play-by-play of high school sports. Wausau Area Sports. And back here at Simon Field, heading to the bottom half of inning number 7. It is Wausau West 5, DC Everest 5 for the Evergreens. It will be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters. So Everest, advantage of being the home team. Carter Miller will lead things off against Parker Monday.
Second baseman, Carter Miller.
Carter Miller walked in the first, struck out in the third, was hit by a pitch in the 5th. So 0 for 1 officially. Again, glad you could be with us here on Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel for this very exciting Wisconsin Valley Conference baseball matchup. Parker Monday sets, kicks, deals. Fastball up and out of the strike zone for ball 1. Again, the Warriors will be playing host to Wausau East on Tuesday. 4:45 airtime on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Monday's 1-1. Pitch misses away. I should say that was a 1-0 pitch. 2 balls and no strikes. Slightly open stance from the right-handed box. Hands up high. Carter Miller. There's a fastball poured in there from Monday. Makes it 2-1. We've been going about 2.5 hours here today. Started at 1. Again, it was originally a 5 o'clock first pitch, but because of the weather that's moving in, very wisely moved up. Pitch is up and out of the strike zone, and that's ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike on Carter Miller. Brody Hall waits on deck for DC Everest. (3-1). Misses away, and the potential winning run is on base for DC Everest. So now, what do the Evergreens do? Do they play some small ball again, try to get that winning run into scoring position with the sacrifice bunt? Do you let Brody Hall swing away? Do you move the runner? Test the catcher and the pitcher combination? That's why the head coach makes those big choices. Is now stepping in as Hall. He is 0 for 3. He has struck out, grounded out, and flown out. Parker Monday pickoff move, and back in easily at first is Miller. Friday afternoon high school baseball. Really good stuff here on this Wisconsin Valley Conference matchup. There's the square around. Pitch is outside. Oh, now caught at first, and the throw is too high and going to second. And then the throw gets away, but staying at second. Breaking on the play was Miller. The throw to first, and I apologize. I'm trying to call the game and run the camera at the same time, and I kind of had a spasm there, and I don't think you really saw it. But the throw went behind the runner to first. It was up high. Making a good grab at the bag was Ty Teske. Then tried to get the runner Miller at second, but by that point it was too late, and the throw got away, but Miller stays at second base. And now the winning run is at second base, but nobody out for Everest. Here's the kick and the pitch. On the inside corner for strike one call. That was a good pickoff move by Parker Monday. He got the runner going the wrong direction, but the Warriors could not get him. And actually what Miller did was this headed towards second. That was a smart play. Did not try to get back to first or try to get into a rundown. He just got on his horse, headed towards second base. 1-1. There's a square around again. Bunted into the air and taking a hard charge at it was Rowan Robbins. But could not get there, and that's strike two. Now, what do the Evergreens do? I think they're going to swing away here with Brody Hall. I think for the right-handed batter, he's going to try to put it on the ground to the right-hand side to get that runner over. Joe Gravine at short is trying to keep the runner close. There's a big hole between the shortstop and the third baseman. 1-2 pitch. Just off the outside corner, and that's ball two. Wind again, kicking up hard. Half expects stuff to start flying away, but so far have been able to secure everything on our table behind home plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Parker Monday kicks, fires. There's a fly ball. Foul territory, right field side, long run. Nobody able to get there for the Warriors. And we'll do it again at 2-2. Been so many really interesting at-bats here today. I mean, we've seen these guys really fight, both for the Warriors and the Evergreens, fighting off 2 strike pitches, making the pitchers really earn everything. It's been a really good baseball game today. Carter Miller at second base, 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Bottom of the 7th inning, 5-5 game. Parker Monday to the plate. There's a high pop-up on the infield. Foul territory, first base side. Ty Teske will make the grab. And a big first out for the Warriors. Runner remains on second base. And now coming to the plate for the Evergreens is Caden Allen, who just came in to pitch in the last half inning. This will be his first AB. Runner leads off second. Parker Monday sets at the belt, kicks and deals. There's a ground ball first base side, right to the bag is Ty Teske, 3 unassisted. And now the winning run is at third, but 2 outs for the Evergreens. And now a chance to be a hero is the DC Everest shortstop, Maddox Wyro. He is grounded out, he is doubled, and he is singled. Actually, no, Depke singled. So Wyro was in, and then he was out, and now he's back in. But he did have a hit, 1 for 2. Fastball just off the outside corner for ball 1. Well, so far the clouds have not opened yet. Bottom of the 7th inning. Runner on third, 2 outs for Everest. Parker Monday trying to get out of a big jam for the 2nd straight inning. Here's the pitch. There's a roller charging as short as Joe Gravine. He'll fire across, a little high, but holding the bag is Teske. 6-3 on the putout, and that will force extra innings. Well done by Parker Monday. to get out of that inning. Strand the winning run at third as the Warriors head back to the first base dugout. Evergreens in the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. End of 7. It is Wausau West 5, DC Everest 5. This is Wausau West High School Baseball on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Wausau Area Sports is more than play-by-play broadcasts on our YouTube channel. Go to wausauareasports.com for the latest news and information involving our high school sports teams, including Wausau West, Newman Catholic, DC Everest, Wausau East, Marathon, Mosinee, and more. It's all at wausauareasports.com. Also, you can contact us there. If you have story ideas or questions, just go to wausauareasports.com and to the contact section. Also, follow us on Facebook and Instagram for the latest information on where we are and what we're covering. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well so you miss none of the action. Wausau Area Sports on YouTube, at wausauareasports.com, on Facebook and Instagram. The Wausau area's newest source for information and play-by-play of high school sports. Wausau Area Sports. And Chad Holmes again here from Simon Field at DC Everest. The lights have been turned on. That's how dark it's been getting here. But we have extra innings in this Wisconsin Valley Conference matchup as the Warriors and the DC Everest Evergreens all tied up at 5 apiece. Rowan Robbins will lead things off for the Warriors. Carson Thurs on deck and Ty Teskey in the hole. So 8th inning, second extra inning game of the season for the Warriors. Caden Allen still on the hill, starting his second frame for Everest. Pitches inside, almost hit the foot of Rowan Robbins, but just missed that, and it's ball 1. Again, really glad you could be with us. We've been on the air for just under 3 hours here today. Really flown right on by. It's been a really good game. There's a pop-up, first base side out of play. Evens it up at 1-1. Well, we're going to see whether or not we can get a result in this one, because I don't think there's a lot of time remaining before that storm does get here. Again, there's been some severe thunderstorm warnings already issued for parts of Marathon County. 1-1. Fouled back to the screen, and it's now 1-2. Caden Allen was able to get the Warriors down in order in the 7th. He has the sign and the target from Cole Van Slyke. Here's the pitch. There's a fastball that just misses, apparently. I have to say that was a pitch that looked like a strike from my point of view. But the Warriors will take it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the kick and the pitch. Line drive into center field. Coming in is Grzinski, and he does not get there. There's a base knock. Taking it, we saw it in the last half inning, a 2-strike pitch that could have gone the other way. Everest took advantage, and now here Rowan Robbins takes advantage with a line drive single to center. Grzinski had a good jump on it, but just could not quite get there for the Evergreens. And now the potential lead run on base for the Warriors. Carson Thurs will now step in for West. Runner leads off first. Here's the kick and the pitch. There's a square around. Bunt is laid down. Back to the pitcher. Grab by Allen. He'll flip the first in time, but the sacrifice is completed. Lead run now in scoring position with just one out. And that will give Ty Teskey the opportunity to try to give the Warriors their first lead of the game. Time will be called. Cole Van Slyke will go out, have a word with Caden Allen. We'll get a runner as well again, as the catcher will be courtesy ran for. Marcus Koenigs again will come out and be the courtesy runner for the Warriors. But Ty Teskey, good left-handed hitter for West, will step in against the left-handed thrower, Caden Allen. Here's the kick and the pitch. Low and outside, and a good defensive play made by catcher Cole Van Slyke. Boy, that is not an easy play, but he got his body out front, was able to knock it down, keep it in front, and keep Marcus Koenigs at second base. The lefty stares in at his catcher. Koenigs leads off of second. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the kick and the pitch. A little bit up and out of the zone, and that's ball 2. Good hitters count now for Ty Teskey. Keegan Cruzan is now in the on-deck circle for the Warriors. He will hit next. Caden Allen peeks back at the runner. Takes a second look. Takes a third look. Here's the kick and the pitch. There's a fly ball towards the gap in right center field. Coming over. Drew! The grab is made by the center fielder, Grzelski. Wow. I was looking at the right fielder, Rory, and then out of nowhere, Hayden Grzelski came in, grabbed it just off the top of his shoestrings, and takes away a potential RBI hit from Ty Teskey. That was a terrific play made by the DC Everest center fielder. So 2 outs, runner on second for Keegan Cruzan. Slightly open stance from the right-handed batter's box. Looking for the big 2-out hit is Keegan Cruzan. And now taking too much time is Caden Allen. So Keegan Cruzan will call time. Oh, they decide they don't want to deal with Keegan Cruzan. They will intentionally walk him. But first and second as Will Stengel back into the number 8 position. Will had a single, scored a run back in the 5th. He is 1 for 2. It's a great at-bat that Stengel had back in the 5th inning. One of the big at-bats of the game that really helped the Warriors get back into this one. But now looking for a 2-out RBI hit. Pitch is a fastball that just misses the outside corner for ball 1. Marcus Koenigs off of second. Keegan Cruzan off of first. Will Stengel waves the bat all around as he holds it near his right ear hole. Caden Allen, the lefty, kicks and fires. Misses low and outside, and that's ball 2. Good hitters count now for Will Stengel. Target is set by Van Slyke. Allen again holds. Here's the pitch. Drops a little bit low, and that's ball 3. Alex Cappett's in the on-deck circle for Wausau West. He will hit next. Warrior dugout putting their hands together. Oh, I just saw some lightning. Here's the kick and the pitch. Drops down low. What a time. What a time here. I don't know if anyone else saw it, but at this point, nobody's stopping. That's ball 4. Maybe I missaw it. I don't know. But it looked like beyond the center field fence, I saw a little flash. But now bases loaded, 2 outs for Alex Capitz. Big situation for the Warrior left fielder. Big situation for the left-handed thrower, Caden Allen. Big situation for both these teams. 5-5 game, top of the 8th. Allen kicks, deals. Catches the inside corner for a called strike 1. I'm hearing rumbles. So this, I think, may be the last shot here for the Warriors. No balls and 1 strike. Long hold again by Allen. Here's the pitch. Drops a shade low, and that's ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Marcus Koenigs, the potential lead run off of third base. Cruzan off of second. Stengel leads off first, and now stepping off is Caden Allen. Boy, these clouds, they just look like thunderstorms. Frankly, surprised we haven't felt the rain yet. Oh, there was a big, and that is definitely going to cause a stoppage. And in fact, it's going to call a stoppage to my broadcast at this point because I really don't think we're starting up again. If we do, I'm gonna pack up. I'm not leaving. But if we do come back, I will come back. But I am going off the air right now because I want to get my stuff in as I feel some raindrops. But 5-5, top of the 8th, bases loaded, 2 outs for Wausau West. Keep an eye on my social media. I will update you on any news coming here from DC Everest. Thanks for joining us for Wausau West Baseball on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel.